Is there another one?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Casual Cactus and the Glassbreakers Guild, our D&D session. I've stopped saying weekly because every time I do, we wind up taking a break. So this is just our D&D game, and we are here to have fun and bring you guys along with us. We hope you enjoy what we have in store tonight. I hope I enjoy what we have in store tonight, because I never quite know. Few quick reminders as we are getting started here tonight. All of the video content we produce does wind up on YouTube. Eventually, I realize as I'm saying that last week's session is not uploaded yet. It has been a little bit of a crazy week for us, so I will rectify that as soon as I possibly can. But aside from that, we do have we try to put everything that we create video-wise on our YouTube channel. Just go out to YouTube, search for Casual Cactus. You'll be able to find it a lot faster than that monster of a URL that I flashed on the screen. While you're over there, do please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you have the notifications turned on, and you'll always be notified when we put new content up. We also run our Discord server where you can come in and keep tabs on what the schedule is going to be. Not super active, trying to make it more so. Just standard disclaimer there. Life happens, and yeah. Any changes we make, we will make special effort to notify you guys through that Discord channel. So be tuned in there, and you will know what is going on. A couple of other announcements, just quick reminders. We have a couple of pending awards around the table. One specifically for Danny, the Horizontal Scritch. She has a character advantage given to her by Distal last week. She never turned it in. She still has that available.
Something else.
And
disadvantage because she's prone.
Thrown him sideways.
Only with ranged attacks.
only from ranged attacks. And there is an open bless on the table for anyone who feels like they need it. So that's going to be a D4. If anyone needs it, if you turn it in, if you use it, do let me know, and I will resolve that. That, I think, will get us through the announcements. So now we're going to go to the table. Who would like to give me a recap?
I probably should, huh?
Yeah, this is your hometown. You do it.
You don't want me to.
I mean, I do.
I was like the Dell's version of this
The
afterwards.
Dell's version of the recap would be fun.
And there were fish everywhere for some reason.
We're
and,
just not going to know anything unless we get
people
this
without
first.
clothes. Okay, so we began in the middle of a trap that we had walked into. So we stepped into one of the dwarven defenses of the greater Glossop area. The walls began closing in, a manticore and a saber-toothed tiger were released. We fought them, we beat them, and the trap was disarmed. We then were greeted by the Dwarven Overwatch, whose name was Gunloda Trollbleeder, who is... what?
Gunloader? Gunloader, Troll
mean,
Leader. It's a great
In
name.
that way.
It's a great name.
She's
That
the
is her
second in
name,
command
yes.
of Town Watch.
Alright.
She was more or less accidentally informed that Mal had been to the former dwarven capital of Augur's Deep, and she then swore Mal to silence and quick marched him back to town. There we met with the new mayor, new to Mal, I guess new to everybody, but a relatively recent addition. We spoke with the mayor, who then set up a meeting where we could have Mal, or Derek Ironfist, speak to the town as a whole within the confines, under the spell,
Zone of truth.
Zone of Truth, thank you. So that his words could be certified, he told the town as a whole what was going on, as far as the whole like potential ending of the world, the missing god, the traded gods, whatever. And he also told them that he was now the king of Augur's Deep. And he asked for military aid to stop the end of the world. With some help from a god, there was a tree that happened. And basically the town was told that they had 2 weeks to make their decision. We split up, and Simi and Mal went to go visit with Mal's parents and sister. The rest of the party went to go secure lodging.
Sorry. I should have watched.
It's okay, you can't.
It's not uploaded
watched
yet.
it while it was happening.
Oh. I mean, yeah, Natalie.
Go. No.
I think, I mean, there are some little details here and there, but that's the gist of everything that happened.
Does anybody have anything else they want to add? Anything?
Elwick confirmed.
Elwick confirmed.
Or the conspiracy has grown larger.
Yeah.
I feel like that was more confirmation than conspiracy.
We have a budding problem with a bag, but
Oh yes, there is a troll in a bag.
In the back.
yeah, we have a troll in the bag of holding.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yep.
I'm assuming it's run out of air at this point?
Well,
They
so
regenerate.
Oh,
There's a problem with that.
what we've discovered is
just
every
like
time I reach in to get something out, I get grabbed onto by this troll. So multiple times Killian's had to get something out, and he'll like reach in and grab a hold of the troll arm and pull it part of the way out so he can get past it to get things. We're working on a solution.
So I was wondering though, in a no oxygen environment, will a piece of flesh from a troll regenerate?
Apparently,
Eventually.
it has happened.
I
Apparently,
mean, it has happened, but
As long as it does not take fire or acid damage, it regenerates.
It did take
That is
several
disturbing.
times with you opening it before it was actually
True.
like grabbing your arm. So I do think it took a while.
Yeah, like once it
time.
runs out of oxygen, it is probably dead. But as soon as new oxygen is infused into the bag, it comes back to life again.
So we accidentally invented like the worst kind of troll torture chamber.
Schrodinger's troll.
Um,
Is it dead or is it alive? It is both.
Yes, it is both.
Whatever the answer is, we don't want it.
Yeah. Or we do want it.
No.
Just not in its current incarnation.
No.
anyway.
I merely have a little piece that Dell's notated, if you recall.
what was the notation from
It is
Dells?
called Enemies to Lovers.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Her bow lowered like her inhibitions. Derek, she asked. And the world stood still. She scampered down the tree like a blessed squirrel. Do you know the way? Her eye darkened. Come with me, she breathed, and her bow was slung back in ease. A practiced motion that belied her muscular expertise.
How
Mal
do
popped the
I?
sword out.
How do I character disadvantage?
a blessed squirrel?
You heard her.
Yeah, you did.
And then Boyo, but I mean,
Boyo.
The part that got me was the squirrel.
There is also, we have been gifted another open character advantage on the table. So that one is there. So there's a bless and a character advantage for you guys to use.
Steven's
Two
rolling
things
out.
now.
Scritch
We'll
has
see.
advantage as well, waiting
you go Scritch.
for if you need it.
I'm sure I will at some point.
So, when last we left Mal, aka Derek, with his family. Simi was there.
Smoking.
Simi is there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm smoking with Dad.
Where are and the rest of you guys were
We are off to the inn.
Off to the
get
inn.
rooms
Okay.
because We have 2 weeks here.
Derek. What would the inn be called in your town?
So it's one that So inns typically cater to travelers.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our travelers seem to be from Elwick.
Is it fish?
So maybe the drunken fish? Or the drunken trout or something to that effect?
The drunken trout. Okay, so the drunken trout it
Write
is.
that down, write that down.
So you guys head off. You find you get directions. It's not a huge town, not a huge inn / tavern, all rolled into one. It is called the Drunken Trout. Sign out front has crude like wood carving of a trout, like 3 sheets to the wind, flopping off of a stone in the river back into the water. And there is there's a rising noise from inside. It's like you've just come from what was essentially a town meeting, so you get a sense there are other dwarves sort of streaming in to the tavern, and as they do, the sounds of the crowd are picking up, and it's getting a little bit raucous, and there's a lot of like cheering and booing, and you get a sense that there is something underway in the tavern.
Why do I feel like all the combined shenanigans I am now going to pay for? I'm at Elwick with this.
Don't give your DM ammunitions. All I'm gonna say.
Well, this sounds like a good time, so I'm ready to go. I've been looking for a good time.
So, Steph, you have been casting willy-nilly the F around spell?
Now you're
Keith
gonna
just
find out.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Yep. So you guys get to the inn and go inside?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So it takes a minute for you guys, for your eyes to sort of acclimate from outside to in, because it is in the tradition of dark and seedy taverns. Everywhere it is dark and seedy. You are backlit as you come in, which gives the people in the tavern
In the inn.
a chance to see you before you can see them, which is by design. But for the most part, it appears that the large crowd that you're hearing is gathered around something that they are blocking view of, towards the back of the room. And there's cheering and looks of people. The looks on some of the faces are like they're having a really bad day, and then there are some that are having a really good day, and there's the sound of something happening in the center of this crowd.
I'm going to wiggle my way up.
I am right there.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to remind you you're probably taller than all of the dwarves in this building.
Right.
I
Don't
I
necessarily
guess
have
I'll
to
go
wiggle.
find the proprietor and just get
I was gonna say I'm gonna go with Milo to find the proprietor because I've got my bag and I'm like, we need to get this out of public space.
Okay. So the two of you find the proprietor. She is standing behind the bar. Make sure. Do I have a bar? Sure. We'll say her. So she is standing behind the bar, and she looks up at you as you approach. What can I do for you?
We were hoping to get some rooms.
All right. How many and for how long?
Probably 2.
4 for at least tonight, and then 2 weeks.
4 for 2 weeks.
4 for 2 weeks. Is that
Oh,
available or?
well, I do have 4 rooms. Don't typically have people staying in them quite that long. Most of my custom is people traveling by on the road. I suppose I can let you have them for 2 weeks. Have to charge you a little bit extra because you're tying up all the rooms I have.
Oh, certainly.
All right.
Are we guaranteeing?
Guaranteeing that she gets money for 2 weeks.
Whew.
We should get a discount.
I'm not there.
I know.
At Darrow Barrels.
You guys are busy with your shenanigans.
Call it a golden night.
For each room or for...
No, all told. A golden night.
I'll... So that's 12, 14? How long is a week? 14.
It's 14 gold.
We
Thank
may
you.
be leaving earlier than that. Are you amenable to half now, half when we leave, and
Or can we at
Make up
least
the
pay for
difference.
the first week?
I'll take half now, and
All right.
we can revisit at the midpoint.
I'll get it.
Thank you, Poser.
Thank you, Poser. I don't know what you did, but thank you. We're gonna do some math.
All right. So yeah, that'll be seven up front and 7
Slide her 7
later.
for the first part.
And so she'll turn around and she'll grab the 4 keys off the hook and hand them over to you. It may take a minute. We just had a couple of patrons leave this morning. The rooms are still being cleaned, but they'll be ready for you by bedtime tonight.
Thank you kindly. And I'll just put the keys in my pocket for the moment.
So Cabbage and
Dells, yeah.
Dells
Yeah.
we're going over to see what was going on.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Pardon me.
So you
Excuse me.
you managed to push your way to the front.
Pushing on people's heads.
Push, and find a spot. You do hear a couple of sort of angry voices from the back of the crowd. Down in front, you long!
I figure we sort of go to the side so that we're not blocking as many people.
Okay.
Since apparently we're tall here.
So as you get sort of towards the center, you start to see an open area, and you're hearing. That's actually a really familiar. What is that? Cabbage. Make me a history check with advantage.
Please say it's your song. It's gone viral.
My song.
Viral?
How does one go viral?
it turned into a disease. It began infecting people.
I don't like
It
this.
And it can't be
Alright.
killed because it's not alive.
Advantage. You said advantage.
With advantage.
Look at that.
Nice.
Okay, and
Okay.
just what was the roll? What am I
History.
doing?
A history check.
History. What is my history? Okay, so 21.
21? Okay. You are hearing what sounds an awful lot like the natural version of that mechanical badger. Like a couple of, like two or three of them, and as you peer,
Natural version.
as you peer over into the pit that has been dug in the back of this room, there are 2 badgers in the pit fighting.
Badger fight.
Killian is
This
not
feels
alive.
inhumane.
Yes, yes it does.
A
Do
mechanical
they
one
get
tried to
us
kill you.
It's Badger Pit.
Please don't. That's not an Elvic thing. Now we have pikes in a bucket.
I don't know. Am
I'm
I
gonna,
surprised? Am I
Like
not?
shoulder whoever's next to me.
Excuse me.
Right?
Is this humane?
Oh yeah, they always live.
Always.
Almost always.
Not sure that's humane.
Mostly.
Are they compensated?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what
As you watch as
compensated
one is just-
means?
Throats torn out.
How do you compensate a badger?
Oh, you into badger?
Oh, sorry. I gotta pull
Who's
it
your
up.
favorite, love?
There's a lot that's going on there that you gotta unpack.
They're both nice animals.
What?
Are you trying to get me to bet on this?
Yeah.
It's my job.
This is not humane.
They're badgers. They're fighting in the wild regardless. We having fun with it. Make a little coin off of it.
Get down tonight.
Why don't you just throw a couple of your kids in the pit?
Oh, we tried that a couple times, but
I mean,
I don't think I like this town.
Tracks.
If ever there was a town that deserved to have my mechanical badger unleashed upon them.
Maybe you could sell the mechanical ones
Yeah.
instead.
What? No.
yeah. Yeah.
What did we say?
what'd she say?
What?
What'd she say?
She says lots of things.
What'd you say, dear?
I'm from Elwick.
Right?
I said, and I cabbage, I guess. Like I said that. Why don't you let the badgers go?
Suggestion. Come on.
I think she has
Have you not seen what badgers do when you let them loose in town?
No, we usually don't bring them into town.
Well, that's. I always knew Elwick was no fun.
Wait, have you been to Elwick, sir?
Yeah. Haven't you?
Oh, I didn't think it was real, if I'm being honest.
You're traveling with someone from the bloody place.
I know. They're just very fantastical stories.
Is it like the fake
What's
wild
your
that portal
favorite
opens and then you
restaurant
get transported
in
to
Elwick?
Elwick?
Oh,
You're a bad person.
It's probably something stupid called, like, the fin and the fish.
Oh, you have been to Elwick.
This is a fever dream!
At what point do we get over there, Keith?
Probably right about now.
I'm holding on to
Like,
bits of with me.
Fish? You know, they do their fish okay, but the fin is just not great.
Alright, so we have 4 rooms, 2 weeks.
What about these badgers?
So at this point, you start to hear the badgers in the pit too.
So,
I feel like
That
there's
is
gonna be
an
just a lot of
uncomfortably
badgers.
familiar sound.
yeah,
I
they're
don't-
real badgers.
Why did I just get a Vietnam flashback?
They're real badgers, and these people put them in a pit and make them fight each other.
It's not like we have to make them fight. They fight themselves regardless.
What? But you put them in a pit,
I
they
mean,
don't have a choice.
by
To
that-
watch them fight and bet on it.
By that same logic, we could just put 2 dwarves in a pit and we wouldn't have to make them fight. They just
Apparently
fight because
they
they
We've
try.
done that too.
And it's
Every Saturday
cheaper.
night,
You rather the
WWD.
badgers? You have more dwarves.
Like, this is what
Yeah.
you guys do, don't
The
you? have
badgers are
brothels?
more interesting.
I feel like
Maybe I just forget what a badger looks
They're a
like.
lot more,
Give me
a lot
second.
more vicious.
Yeah. Yeah, they are,
this
aren't
is
they?
why you have brothels. Or else this happens.
Wait.
No,
hold on,
I
are there
remember
not
badgers
brothels
correctly.
here? Are there not brothels here?
Do you have any brothels?
Nope, we just have Sheila in the corner.
Well,
She's also a badger.
well, I mean, there's not there's not a lot of girls who go into that particular line of work. We've got a small one.
Wait, hold on.
I think anything I say is going to be offensive.
I wouldn't be worried about that at this stage.
Look,
You're 2 weeks, huh?
2 of these are fighting.
Okay.
That's a cute picture of a badger.
Yeah.
I
Pull
hate
up some of
to
the
I
other
hate to break it
ones.
to you. Most pictures of badgers are cute.
Yeah, no, like, look, even this one.
Unless you corner a badger, they are rather benign and adorable. It's if you corner them
I don't know.
that you're
Honey
Honey
badgers,
badger?
if you're in their territory. It's not a matter
I
of
mean, have you
cornering a
read
badger.
Redwall?
Yes.
somewhere. There's a
what's the
volcano
name of
full of
this-
badgers that are gonna come here and.
Salamandestron.
Where can I find the brothel? And then
I'm out of here.
Well, I'm not sure they've got. I mean, unless you know what, I'm not one to judge. Whatever you're into
Yeah.
is perfectly all right. You want to go down the street, a couple blocks, take a right. You're looking for the Gems Way.
oh right. So I did ask where
See,
it
look,
was.
there's
not
a
where
better
did they
picture of the
stop.
badger.
All right.
How to draw a badger, really easy drawing tutorial.
That does not look easy.
Timmy's gone. Is Tommy with us or where's Tommy?
Tommy
Yeah.
would be with
Yeah,
us.
Tommy would
With
be
us?
with you
Alright.
guys.
Tommy abandoned you to your nonsense.
Because he is one.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
I think
All
that
right.
will be here.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to the brothel together.
No, I'm gonna go.
I get a
would
tall
be
glass
like-
of water at
Like,
the brothel.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back. And then I also place a bet.
Make a perception
Oh,
check.
dang it. Okay.
Oh.
Perception check.
Wow.
I'm gonna go get us a table on the opposite side of the room from the nonsense.
Okay.
I'm coming with you.
11. I mean, he's not trying to hide it. So you hear a flink, and there's a coin that sort of flips through the air towards you.
Catch it.
If you're going that way, tall ale for me too.
To the little dwarf.
How big is a toll?
It comes in pints.
You know, a pint.
Okay. I don't tall.
Now
Ale.
makes more sense. Honestly.
I'm not with you anymore. I'm getting a drink.
I came with you.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
Stalking
Okay.
you.
Like, whoa.
They know better than
She's
me.
on Dell's supervision shift. Like it's her turn to
I
watch.
was gonna leave, but then I remembered it was
Yeah.
my shift.
All right, I just order. I bluff it a bit, and I just be like, Elwick special, please.
What's that?
I instruct him to mix 3
just
of his
water.
strongest drinks.
It's a fish way with it.
Strongest water on tap.
Yes.
Tastes a little
Okay.
And then I ask him to, if he has any fish
Just let
scales.
fish swim in it.
Dang it. Okay, just that then. Not
Okay.
the full Elwick special.
All right. So he turns around and he goes over to one of the barrels and opens the tap, and it is just the strongest, darkest dwarven stout
like
that he's got.
You're gonna get so
And it's
drunk.
so thick. And then he reaches up and he pulls off a dusty bottle of brandy, pops the cork, and pours that in, and puts it back. And then he stops. He has to stop and think. He's like, and he reaches under the counter behind him, and all it is a little tiny silver flask.
Sometimes that's all it needs.
And he holds it out away from him, flips open the top, and puts a single drop in it.
And yes, as he does, there's smoke in the shape of a skull.
A new traveler has come.
And he,
New hand.
and he sets it in front of you and says, "That'll be 5 silver pieces."
Oh, also a tall ale.
7 silver. And he brings up a tall pint glass and just fills it with the regular ale.
Do you have
I do.
money?
I do.
She
I
has
do
Elwick
have
money.
We don't accept that
Just
here.
get Monopoly
Selling
money.
porn this entire game.
So 7. I hand it on over.
Okay.
She's like the people in
And he
Vegas,
slides you the
there's
drinks
beggars
over.
on the street.
I will give the pale ale to, or whatever it is, to Natalie and be like, oh, can you go find that guy? Here's the...
Yeah, just a second. I'm gonna turn to the bar.
Mhm.
How drunk is she going to be?
Dead.
Like, is this going to kill her?
Oh no, I don't serve things that'll kill my patrons. It's bad for
That makes
business.
sense.
Fair.
She may not remember today
Okay,
when she wakes up next week, but she'll be alive.
because we have a friend from here, and from what I've been
Oh.
able to gather,
Who's that?
goes by Mal.
Here he doesn't.
I know.
I don't know who that is.
You know,
I don't know if we want to be...
he has an actual name. I don't know what it is. That's just what he calls
He's short,
himself.
used to have a beard.
You don't know what your friend's name is.
Well, no, he called himself Mal. That's how he introduced it.
Drink it.
I don't want to be drunk.
Keith, how long has their exchange at the bar taken?
I mean, as long as it's taken.
Killian's gonna look at you and be like, alright, I'm gonna go stop whatever is about to happen over there, because it can't be good.
Just talking.
It's taken them far too long to just get a drink.
Anyway, my point is, I've learned that dwarven beers are stronger than, I guess, most other kinds of beers.
Have you seen us?
Yeah.
Takes a little bit more to get us drunk.
Yeah, so I was just trying to figure out how drunk my friend's gonna be.
Poor
But
Sammy.
thank you for that warning. I will make sure that she's comfortable for the duration of her unconsciousness.
Oh, how big's my cup?
Hmm?
How big's my cup?
So, it's not quite a full pint glass, but it's like, you know, it's bigger than what the normal drinks are.
Okay.
That you're seeing. The pints are the talls. Then you've got the regulars. It's sort of somewhere in between.
I just want to see you take the first sip of this.
Your soul.
I just about to touch it.
And then just Mississippi Queen plays in the background.
Just so you know, I do have Conjure Shadow Demon, so...
Awesome.
Make sure
That's,
you do that.
that's what I like to hear.
This is going to be a fun night.
How is that related?
I'm just saying, if things go awry. Are you, like, watching me?
I want to see what it.
Does
Yes.
to you.
Okay, I'm like... I'm like... I'm like, nah.
Ew.
What?
It's
What is that?
it's very strong.
Very. We might not have to do
Del watch.
It's
Del watch because she might be unconscious.
It's
for a week.
half of an Elwick special.
It's missing fish scales.
Just a garnish.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
Stop licking. I just dipped in my tongue in it.
Your wife.
Because I could tell it's strong, and now I regret, but you're watching me.
I know.
I'm like,
All right. Well,
So
fun,
the
baby.
fifth time you do that,
oh no.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Ooh, oh, disadvantage. Okay, so hold on. Let's do a little bit of... So yeah. Constitution resistance. It's like 23 and... Ooh! 21.
Okay, you're fine.
My
For
five,
now.
my 5 tongue dips leave me just fine.
I am gonna ask the bartender while I'm over there watching the nonsense. What's the house cut on the fight?
5%.
5%.
all night to just lick this drink away.
We should get in on that.
On the badger fight?
Innocent
Or the licking
animal?
the
I
drink.
so. No, you're right. I already have a plan for me. Continue on.
Oh god, we should
Don't.
be scared.
Don't let her hatch that plan.
This is so close to my people.
Badgers?
I mean, that would
The
explain a lot
city.
too.
Oh.
It's all just the town of Badgers.
Would explain a few things.
Yep.
That would.
She was raised by badgers, you guys.
No. Sadly, I
Badger folk.
don't have much sympathy for badgers.
They ate my dad.
They swim and eat all of our fish.
I mean, that's
Badgers don't swim.
fair.
Badgers are the reason we let the fish eat the bodies.
They cut the nets with their claws. And they eat the fish.
Steph,
Just go free the badgers, Ellie.
You know, Elwick might be a real place, but somehow that doesn't make anything that you say sound any more real.
Don't badgers eat fish?
No, they eat beaks.
they don't swim.
And watch Battlestar Galactica.
No, that's bears.
Right.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, not badgers.
But I didn't say I was gonna go free the badgers. I'm not sure we should upset the way of things given our current circumstances. Also, what's Mal's not Mal name?
No.
Why?
What's your not dead name?
I just don't remember it.
Derek.
Right.
Sorry. I didn't Google can badgers swim. I Google can babes swim.
It's very different.
Babe Rush.
Badgers.
Pamela Anderson is just running at you right now.
They can swim, thank you.
What?
Badger
Babes
babes.
or badgers?
Badgers and babes.
Badgers.
Okay.
Babes.
Battlestar
Battlestar
Galactica.
Actually, I think in that case it's got to be Badgers, Babes, Babylon 5.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, I guess.
Oh.
Have fun supervising that.
I offer some to Tommy.
I'm not taking that.
That is a wise choice.
Just gonna be unconscious
You
for
are
a
no
week.
fun, Tommy.
And I'm gonna have to carry her around like she carried me around.
Hey,
You
reciprocal.
go. I dragged you.
I could.
You dragged me around?
Did you not notice the bruises on the back of your head?
No!
No, they're on the back of his head.
Uphill both ways.
There was a lot going on.
Couldn't carry me? You dragged me around.
A lot bigger than we are.
Alright. Thank you for not letting me die.
You're welcome.
I would not blame you if you thought death was preferable to your current circumstances.
It might be. If we ever go to Elwick.
Lord Cthulhu, take me.
Simi.
Not here.
Not here.
Wait, where are you?
She's with
Oh,
Mal.
right. Never mind. That's why I don't have to keep you from alcohol.
He's toking it up with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be
Just
stoned
to say,
out of
like,
my mind
we're just
instead.
waiting here for Mal.
Right.
You told Mal he had about an hour, so.
All right, so you guys gather around your table. Are you going to do any more with your drink than just lick it?
Shot it.
It's too
Shot
late.
it.
No, shot.
Chug, 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 chug.
You just open your throat so that it just
Took a little.
pours.
I took like a little sip. Like a little.
Okay.
If someone looks at me in the drink, like I take a sip, but otherwise I'm not.
At
Oh,
this-
I'm watching.
At this rate, it's gonna take her a week to drink it all.
I'm like,
I just want. Can I smell it?
Yes.
I think I burnt my nose hairs.
What did you ask him for?
I said this. Alec Special, which is the 3 strongest things.
If it tells you anything,
Mixed
the casks that he pulled out had dust on them, and then he pulled out a small flask, and he put a single drop in her
Keith,
drink.
having worked with dwarves before, do I know what was in that flask?
Not specifically, but you've got a pretty good idea, and
You could take an educated guess.
and you know Draxus has some stuff that he
Save.
not only used to polish up his wares, but every so often you'd catch him, putting a drop into like a great big canister of something a lot less strong, just to perk it up a bit.
You know what? I'm like, tickle-wick! And I just chug it. I dunk it down. I dunk it.
You don't get a roll for that. You are going to, as soon as you're done, as soon as you're done, the room, you slam it down, and the room starts like wavering like you're underwater, and then it goes dark.
Okay.
That's a health hazard.
And the
He
water
did
is
say
no
it
longer
wouldn't kill
reaching
her.
your
I
brain.
Roll me a D8.
Traxxas used to use that stuff to polish
This
things.
is how you take a nap during keep.
She looks polished.
I got a 2.
A 2? Okay. You are going to be unconscious for 2 hours.
Oh, that could be a lot worse.
Yeah. I thought you were about to say 2 days.
But wait for the hangover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Water no longer is reaching your brain.
When you wake up,
If you wake up.
you will have 1 level of exhaustion.
What does that mean?
Oof.
It means everything is a disadvantage.
Oof.
No,
No, that's 2 levels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what does
No, 2 levels is half your speed.
Yeah.
First level
Oh, is it
is
first?
disadvantage on any ability checks.
Yeah.
Third level is attack rolls and
I
saving
feel like
throws.
concentration spells should be hard.
You can't cast concentration
Okay,
spells.
that makes sense.
You will have 1 level of exhaustion, and you will have disadvantage on anything relating to perception checks to see anything
I was about to say,
because the
anything
light
related to
is
light
too
or
bright.
sound.
Okay.
Ooh, well,
Okay.
I'm just kind of making sure you don't fall out of your seat.
I think I'm just like slumped. I think I'm just like.
I'm still making sure that you don't like twitch and fall out of your sleep. Fall out of your
Or
seat.
somebody bumps your seat and you fall over.
One of the
Rest of my shit.
tavern wenches
Yeah.
sort of swings by and just without word just grabs the mug, holds it out from her, and takes it back to the bar.
Like, ooh.
You know, sometimes I think that she has some sort of disease where her brain and the rest of her body aren't always connected.
Oh, don't we all?
Not to that degree.
Meanwhile, back at
Back at the ranch.
back at the Iron Fist house.
And the 2
I am
trainers
not
missed
smoking.
it.
I am. So all of the challenging and all of that kind of stuff, not a thing anymore.
No, it is.
Well,
Nope, never was.
it is. It's not the same as it was.
I'd love to hear more.
Well, not real sure where to begin. What has he told you about the challenges?
That you can challenge someone for control over that someone in the shape of like some kind of weird servitude, but also you got to take care of them really good, and I don't know. It's real. It sounds. The optics aren't great.
You're not wrong. They're not great. Which is why we don't do it anymore. Or at least why most
is
of
a
us.
strong word.
Apparently, he still does.
Well, he's not the only one in the family that does, but we don't like to talk about Idric.
Well, there are...
Idris.
Idric. Yeah.
Idric.
It is my intention to make a large change in Augur's Deep. It is not a tradition that I think we should continue, at least not directly.
Which is why we don't.
Why you don't?
This is
Apparently most of the town doesn't.
I would not say most. It's probably closer to 50-50.
60-40.
If you include the other townships, probably closer to 60-40.
Huh. Okay. So it's already on its way out, is what I'm understanding.
It's a dying tradition.
Well, that's good.
An important one to our history, but a dying tradition.
Alright. Well, for the record, your son's really brave.
The room starts to spin just a little bit.
Whoa, what is this? I thought this was tobacco.
No. We can't grow tobacco out here.
It's a swamp. We live in the mountains or the swamps.
It is a fungus.
Did not think about that. Did not think about that. Wow.
So you're gonna have disadvantage on anything related to dexterity for about an hour or so.
That's fair.
You can see, sound, and hear colors.
That was a pretty deep take.
Ooh, that was a mistake. Yeah, so you and your sister, two like super different people.
Speaking of whom, wait, I forget. Did he already send Max to go occur? I don't remember if he did.
No.
So he's gonna pop Max up on his shoulder, and he'll pull him down, and just sort of like, go on, nudge him over.
How old is your sister?
Like 17, 18.
Oh.
How many hit points does your familiar have?
I think one.
And I squeeze it so hard it pops.
It's so heavy I could die.
So she, her eyes get big, and she does reach out and sort of.
His name's Max.
Hug Max.
Like.
So. Is my room still like
Pretty much
my
the
room?
pretty much the way you left it. Figured you'd need a place when you got back into town.
I appreciate it. I need to pull something out of there. I'm really curious.
Now I'm really curious.
Under
Did
the
not clear
mattress.
his browser history before he left.
Under the mattress, there's just this.
like a very stoned Simi is just like riveted.
She's trying so hard to focus on what you're saying.
I left a couple of those small barrels up there to age. We'll see how they're doing.
Ooh.
Actually, I should take one of those with us over to the inn and see who we can piss off.
Why are we pissing people off?
Oh, just generally because they don't like that I'm making my own alcohol.
I thought you kind of didn't want us to piss any of these people off.
You know, in this particular rivalry, I don't think that it counts quite as pissing them off as much as a professional rivalry, in which I win, like every time.
You're like a 15-year-old in that head of yours, aren't you?
No.
Are you sure?
You look over at his dad, who's nodding, his sister, who's nodding, and his mom, who's also nodding.
Oh, hi, Mom. She was in the kitchen the whole time last time.
Did she not come out and say hi? I thought she
No,
did.
she was going
She was
to
cooking or
Okay.
something, and then
So she pokes her head through the doorway and just nods
Max looks at you.
and nods.
I know what goes on in that head.
It's more. I was super frustrated by the fact that they told me I couldn't do something, so I had to do it. And I do it better than they do.
You just heard all the words that you said, right?
Man, why do you... You should probably not give outsiders a full toke.
I'm just saying, you heard all of the words you just said. Tell me that that's not a little juvenile.
It's not.
You gave me a hard time. I'm gonna show you I can do this better.
Oh, it started out that way, but I mean, now it's a business. I make my money selling alcohol.
So you're gonna make friends by going and selling it at the place where other people already sell alcohol?
I'm actually rather hoping that at this point, the stuff I have upstairs is going to get them to give up and buy my stuff and sell it there.
Yeah, that's a little more reasonable. None of those
Hostile
were really...
takeover or something.
So does that mean you're coming back to brew full time?
No.
No, he's just gonna tease everybody with it.
Then what incentive do they have to buy your stuff if the supply is not going to be...
This is like having a conversation with my own father.
That is why all of your business doings never go anywhere, because you flit off to something else.
I have never given up on this. I had to leave.
So where's your stock?
On a cart that we left. We can get back to it today. Well, tomorrow.
The more you talk.
We have a gate that lets us travel between places. Magic nonsense. Damn it.
So from
Nobody ever believes me!
So from out of the kitchen,
Somewhere
there is... so from out of the kitchen, there's a plate of food that your mom has been preparing being carried by a shadow and laid out on the table. Her shadow is roughly the shape of her daughter, actually.
Unless you're hallucinating that because you're stoned out of your
Possible.
mind.
So, you have the magic cool thing too.
This isn't magic.
Balls! How is this not magic?
It's genetic.
I don't know. It's a bloodline thing.
Somewhere there's a sorcerer.
Everyone in my family can do it.
Not everybody can do magic.
Is it not possible that this is like hereditary magic?
I don't think that exists.
Well,
I'll be right back.
What does hereditary mean?
I'm gonna run upstairs.
Awkward!
Genetic, like you pass it from one generation to the next. Like,
Oh.
doesn't think hereditary magic. The Empress, you imbecile!
Yeah, she steals her magic from a creature that doesn't
Well, she passed
belong
it down
here.
to others.
I take
Because she
stole mine,
hands
but-
off the anyway.
Fair.
You didn't steal yours. It was gifted to you.
Oh, that's true. Mr. DM.
Yes.
Have we described what Mal's father looks like?
No.
Can he look like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Does Mal's
It
father
is
look
very Jamaican sort of dwarf fella. Sort of the toque pipe vibes.
Your parents met
Okay,
during the
so-
Summer of Love. They went to Woodstock together.
It does slightly look like Ian McKellen, but
Well, did you read the caption?
There we go.
no.
It literally says Lord of the Rings, but it's Jamaica.
Oh.
Love it. Love it.
What did you search?
Lord of the Rings dwarf Snoop Dogg.
Wow. That's a
We
stretch.
were talking
Okay.
about Toke, and I just like, what if Mal's dad looked like
You know what?
Spirit
That
Dog?
works. That works.
That's amazing.
So Mal's gonna like sprint up the stairs. He's gonna like pull out a couple of his things and just like put them back on his belt, and then he'll run back down.
I feel like you guys are delightful. What happened?
I've been asking myself that for years.
He's gonna have trauma. He's gonna have to unwind after this. Like, wow, this is.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Of course.
So I'm
You're
gonna have
all
to escort her
great.
back to. The rest of my friends are over at the inn.
Okay.
They are. We have friends.
Oh dear. I
I'll
think I
keep
like you
you
better on
safe.
alcohol.
What?
Nothing.
Also, weird thing to say in front of your mom.
So I will leave you guys to dinner. Sorry for coming home more or less unannounced. There's going to be a lot of talk in town.
Good luck.
I'll be here for 2 weeks. Love you.
I would
on,
love
Max.
to see more of you guys. You're
Of-
wonderful.
You're welcome
hospitable
anytime.
people.
And you know, so how do you like?
Leave.
How do you handle the goodbyes with your family?
Oh, he does hugs all around.
Hugs all around. Okay, so your father sort of gathers you up in sort of the manly sort of pop pop kind of.
Before we try to break each other's backs.
Try to break each other's backs. Your mom sort of grabs you and leans up and kisses your cheek like she does. All reaches around and grabs you and hugs you and says, "Are we gonna see her again?
Probably.
Are you two a thing?
No. She's actually dating a monk.
Oh,
How does that work?
okay. do you have a girlfriend to bring back?"
No.
Oh. And she
Give it
jabs.
time.
She jabs you in the ribs. You should work on that.
Easier said than done. This is all pretty quiet. But maybe not quiet enough.
Oh, absolutely not quiet
Oh,
enough.
not quite enough.
Mel's options are limited to the table.
I don't know if I'm dating a monk, but I'm not dating.
Technically, you're
him.
dating a fugitive.
We have not established what I'm doing with a fugitive. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we've established some of what you're doing with a fugitive.
We have established that you're doing a
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I will probably see you all tomorrow morning, if that's okay.
Well,
I know you've got work and things, but
yeah, but
Yeah, man.
but we can we'll see you tomorrow. Your mom from the kitchen. I'll make breakfast.
You're a nice
We'll be
lady.
there's should I bring everyone by?
I might as well.
I bet they'd love Dells.
I don't think it would.
The
There's
laugh
like
is
8 of
exactly
us.
like that.
Okay, so I'll make a normal sized breakfast then.
Sounds good. Love you, Mom.
Aw, that's sweet.
Let's get you
Okay.
out.
When you're counting, did you count the troll?
No.
How would we feed the troll?
Does he know about the troll?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
Part of the town might know, depending on how good of a job we did during his little thing getting stuff out of the bag.
All right, so you what's your what's your passive acrobatics? Oh, not acrobatics, athletics.
18.
18. Okay. That's enough. You're able to sort of wrap an arm around Simi, sort of like you're having to do like this to get around her waist, just to keep her upright, mostly upright. I mean, she kind of wavering back and forth a little bit going down the street.
But I still think that I'm protecting you because that was a very mixed reception at the town meeting. So I've got eyes out.
Okay.
Eyes out.
You do recognize faces as you go by, and several people, wave at you and say hi and call out to you. As you're making your way back to the Drunken Trout.
Ooh, Drunken Trout.
Yep.
It's a good name, strong name. Except it sounds like an Elwick name. Drunken Trout. Hey.
Okay.
So as we enter, we see a discombobulated Simi just sort of.
Her eyes are so dilated.
I was gonna say, you can see that there's Adele's pass out.
Who
That
did
does
it?
not surprise me at all. No.
I see you have one of your own.
If she
We can
drank
book them
anything
now.
here, that's what
this.
happened.
She's just like,
Did you let her drink?
Look at her. Tell me she's drunk.
What else would she be?
That looks
Hi.
like it might be.
My dad might have let her smoke.
Tobacco?
No.
Smoke what?
risk it. No,
It's a local weed.
It's time for barbecue.
It's tasty.
It will wear off before too terribly long.
Well, hopefully ours will wear off not too terribly long either, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's gonna.
Or
hurt.
maybe she'll be this way for 2 weeks.
The bartender
nice.
did say she might be unconscious.
She
for a
wanted
week.
what did she call it? An
Elwick
Elwick
special?
special, which
No
she
idea
said
what that
was
is.
3 of the strongest things they have.
Including like the drop from the flask thing.
Technically, that means that every time she's in a different town, it could be a different drink.
Yep.
Yep.
Honestly, that tracks for Elwick.
Yeah, I guess so.
So while
Oh,
she's
also-
passed out, let's talk shit.
like all this talk about Alex, she'd be like, yes, let's
What
go.
about the badger fighting?
What?
They're fighting badgers over in the.
Mal's gonna like get up, sort of on the table to look over heads.
There's badger fighting.
To be fair, they're not fighting badgers, they are badgers.
They're making the badgers fight.
It's
I don't
inhumane.
like that, I don't think.
No, it's
I don't think
completely
most of us
inhumane.
That's not great.
We
No.
traveled with the other badger. Can we just save those and travel with those?
Simi.
What?
Right? What? Oh, hey, that's actually not a half bad idea.
Not out loud, please.
Oh, sorry.
That's not a half bad idea though.
Yeah, but not out loud.
I didn't say anything.
Don't speak.
I just said it's not a bad idea.
We have 4 rooms for 2 weeks, which apparently is all the rooms in the inn.
I mean, we don't get travelers through
Oh,
here
did
very
we get a
often.
discount?
Yes.
Yeah, paid half up front, half when we leave.
How is that a discount? I don't think that's how
That's not how
discounts
discounts work.
Because if the tavern burns down between now and then, we only had to pay half for our rooms.
Are you
Well, let's not
threatening
burn
them?
down
Nope.
the tavern.
Nope, I'm not. But you asked how it was a discount, and that's how it's a discount.
I don't think you understand what the word discount means.
How's your family?
They're good.
They are such lovely people.
I'm sure they are.
They're so hospitable. His sister's super huggy, though.
You have a
That was a little
sister?
weird at first.
Never told us he had a sister.
To be fair, he hasn't told us anything about his family. In fact, for quite a while, he was pretty cagey about anything about his past.
They're
I mean,
nice.
he still is cagey about anything. So.
All right, so King of the Mountain, what's your plan?
I don't know.
Words I love to hear.
Yeah.
Again, I had planned on having a whole lot more time to
Or is it like this?
settle on a plan.
You usually do.
I was supposed to have 2 months, but
Well, we
I'll
gave
work
you
on
2
that
days.
tonight. I will work on that
I'll work
tonight.
on that tonight. Wonderful.
Simi's just gonna start braiding your hair since you're not awake to actually
Um,
object.
Who's watching who?
before we begin,
With what?
With what?
you told me that you wanted to know more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have something that I would like you all to try.
Oh,
Something that I started before I left.
did you write a fan fiction novel?
Is it a cult? I'm asleep.
No.
Okay.
What's a fanfic novel?
Ask Dels when she's awake.
If that's the case, I'd rather not know.
So Mal's gonna pull off a small, it's like a mini cake.
Should we let Sydney have any of that?
Not right now, no.
Actually, my question is, are you allowed to bring in your own drinks to this establishment?
We're totally gonna
But
get
you
kicked
did
out.
anyway because you love
I
making
thought
friends.
We weren't causing trouble. I specifically didn't say that I knew you.
Yeah, we were trying not to piss off the
Anyway.
landlord,
Don't worry. It's a long-standing relationship.
and none of that makes me feel any better about it.
I'll take
Oi!
it in a minute.
Derek Iron Fist, you get that keg out of here right now!
Come try it!
Oh my god.
We're gonna be
We
in
don't
a
really
huge
know
fight
him.
soon.
I'm not part of this.
Don't worry, by the time we're done, I can speak with the dead, so we'll get all the secrets out of him then.
If I had another inspiration with you.
So he's gonna like wave him over. You know you want to.
I don't think he does. That is the look of a dwarf who does not want to try anything of what you have.
Come try it.
She's just glowering at you. She is glowering at you from the bar.
You're gonna like it.
He's an idiot.
If I come over there, that keg is going out the window, and so are you.
That would make sense.
Please.
You know, the more we are in his hometown, the less I like him and the town.
Like I said, we're not really part of this. I'm so sorry.
He just came to our table.
You didn't tell me he was the one you knew.
I was hoping that he had a better reputation. Also, I could not remember his real name.
She's just kind of grumbling as she's wiping out
See, that
glasses.
reaction? That is exactly the reaction we were trying not to cause.
I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm glad you
Apparently
appreciated
not.
it this time, because it's not going to happen again.
Del's just giggling in her sleep.
Oh boy. So, things that are gonna be important to know.
About time.
Let's see.
Can't believe
We probably need everybody sober for this.
Lay
I'll
on
use
hands.
lay on hands to heal her.
The green tint goes away.
Wow. I
Should
feel like I
prob-
just lost some time somewhere.
No, she's fine.
Well, no, but we're just gonna have to catch her up.
Yeah.
Let's just get this done.
But then she's going to start talking again.
Fine, I'll give her some of this.
She's fine where she is
Double
now.
I'll reach over and bring her back to O'Brien.
And I'm gonna hold on so that you don't just like fall over when you wake
I
up.
was like,
Dels, wake up! 30 years passed.
again?
Wait, what? Your canon keeps getting weirder.
Okay. Word to the wise: don't drink the donkey whisker.
Oh, no. This was not her making a mistake. This was her being stupid.
Don't drink the donkey whisker.
The what?
I don't think they make
What
it
is
it's just like stuck up.
the donkey whisker?
What?
Do donkeys have whiskers?
Nope.
They do.
Not normally.
Not.
They do when they drink that.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, like it'll put hair on your chest?
He
It'll
meow.
put whiskers on your donkey.
Meow.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
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 Why would anybody drink anything called that? Never mind.
They've usually just add it to drinks because it gets them drunk faster.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know why
for
you would
people
add
who
a
are not
donkey
dwarves,
whisker to a drink.
Silly.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Good job.
Well,
Derek.
Derek. Ugh.
Ugh.
I
Maybe
prefer
don't
Mal.
say that to his parents.
Speaking of which, you are all invited to breakfast tomorrow morning.
You want us to meet your family?
Oh, they're really nice people.
That's not what I'm worried about.
It'll be fine.
Aww.
That should concern you.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the favorite.
No, my sister is gonna love you.
Yes.
Some important things. I think the way that works out is I have a second cousin, and I'm gonna like look around the bar. Second cousin, who may end up being a bit of a problem.
Oh.
He has sort of a following, and I suspect that he will take issue with the things that I said in Town Square today. In one way or
Why
another.
does that matter?
Following.
Because of the culture of the people that we are asking for help.
Okay, so is this one of those situations that we need to take care of your cousin or take care of your cousin?
We need to take care and probably try to avoid if we can. But this is a fairly small town, so that is not going to be a simple thing to do.
Okay.
So,
He could also potentially try to turn any support we've gained against us.
okay, why would he do that?
Because he and I don't always see eye to eye in terms of our history.
Yeah, that's vague and unhelpful.
Yeah, you're gonna need to stop being vague.
Well, it's it's vague because there's a lot.
Well, last I checked, we have 2 weeks, so start talking.
We do not agree in terms of how our history should impact today.
Still
May
vague.
I have your consent to go into your mind and get the information?
No.
This is why
Good answer.
Thank you for asking.
spells.
That was good.
No, that was good.
No, that
Also,
was
I'm scared that that's a
good.
precedent that could have just happened without that consent.
Wait, by history you mean like the slavery bit?
Yeah, that amongst other things. Also, it is important to know that my people, the reason that we are here instead of Augur's Deep is because my people were banished. Some of you, I know specifically Cabbage has read those papers, and I believe Killian specifically has read those papers.
What did I read?
The box that
That Draxus had.
that Draxus had that was
Uh-huh.
delivered to him, that was the reason that I originally came to your town.
Right, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, you found the secret compartment in it, and inside were papers
Yes.
that are detailing some of the reason that my people were banished. Me or him?
You.
Do you like
Um,
me? Yes or no?
Check yes.
So he disagrees. He believes that we should not be running our system the way it is with the whole slavery bit. However, in sort of a sick contradiction, he is to whom I owe, I think you called it fealty. Because when I was young, he was much stronger than I was.
So he owns you.
Yeah.
But he doesn't think people should own people.
Used.
Yeah.
So he doesn't.
He doesn't really have a foot to stand on for that, but if he decides, that is the reason that I think that he would take issue with any kind of kingship, because of that particular contradiction. I don't know how that's going to work out.
So do you need to re-challenge him?
Whoa. So your overseer, whatever, is a guy who doesn't believe in the system.
Yep.
He's part
I
of the
personally think
So-
that the reason he did it was to spite me.
But
Because
does he
I do.
use it, does he actively make use of the fact that you think of him this way?
Wait, hold on. Did you say you do agree with this system?
Yes, that is what he said, but we were going to handle that later.
Have a drink.
No.
No, I'd hold on for a
He
second.
had to do lay on hands to get you back to where you are.
You were...
Without my consent?
Well, we needed to be able to
I
catch
would
you
be
up.
happy to put you back the way you were.
Believe me.
I don't want to have to catch you up separately from this. It's too complicated.
Is that something that he would have taken advantage of?
I mean, yeah,
So, he
like
doesn't...
several times.
He doesn't believe that that's the way it should work, but he still uses that system to...
For clout, yeah.
For clout.
To be fair, I don't believe in taxes, and yet I pay them.
So...
So I'm not sure where I stand there, but it's going to have to change either way because Augur's Deep will no longer run on that system. But
Hang on, what?
Under his rule,
Augur, I think that it is a system that is archaic. It should be
slaves.
part of our history, but it should be in the past.
So you don't agree with the system, but you want to acknowledge that it happened.
And you're going to claim your kingship by right of that tradition.
Yeah, see, you see the issue here, right?
I see the mental gymnastics that you're trying to jump through, yeah. So your entire basis for claiming to be the king is this old tradition where you challenge someone, and if you win, you get everything they have, basically. But you don't think that's the way it should work, and you want to change it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. It's going to be a process, and it's going to be an issue. But it has to change, and it's going to have to start with me.
Yeah, and it's going to have to start by you not hinging your kingship on the fact that you challenged him
But,
and won.
you're already king.
Correct.
Right, you have already told everybody that that is why you should be in charge.
Right.
For now,
So
yeah. And then
you
I
just-
would be willing to step down if there is a better leader that we can find.
Right.
Hold on.
Time
Time out, you stupid piece of shit. You mean to tell me that you're willing to just throw it away after I gave you hours of lessons on how to become a king, and you're just like, yeah, I'll throw that away. Oh, you stupid.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so if you don't think that this system works, then just...
It worked.
Okay, if you don't think the system should be in play, then just deny it. He doesn't own you anymore. You are king by your own right, and it does not matter that he has a fake claim on you.
And then if he makes a deal of it, then I guess you can do your...
Yeah, if you have to fight him, that's fine, but not because you have to win yourself back from him.
Plus, people
Because that validates it.
drown in rivers all the time.
I have an
Let's
invisibility
not with
cloak.
that just yet.
I feel like we're getting there.
Because I redact that I have nothing. That statistic is highly overrated.
If you
Anyway.
fight him based off of this system, you're validating the system.
The system that is the only reason that I have any claim to kingship in the first place.
But it's not. We were literally there.
No, but it is.
That's the issue here.
Yeah, the issue is that you want your cake and you want to eat it too. That's the issue. The issue is you came in, told everybody, hey guys, I'm king, do this stuff for me. And now you're saying, but actually there's kind of this problem because like somebody else might have a better claim to the throne than I do, and I don't like that.
But that's not what I'm doing.
That is
This is what
what
you're
you
doing.
did.
That is not what I'm doing. I'm not saying that he has any claim at all, in fact.
Well, he does by your own laws. You want your cake, you want to be king, and you don't want to have to play by the rules. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, I'm king because the rule says so, and say, but ignore anything else past that, we won't get into it. You have to pick. Either you're king because of the rules, or you gotta come up with a different reason why you should be king.
You're just king.
Also, do you really want him to be king?
No,
'Cause
and
he's
that
gonna come
is-
and beat your ass if you
That is
believe
what I am
this.
saying, is I think that what I'm going to have to do is deal with that. Killian?
If he doesn't make it a thing, why do you have to deal with it?
Because by the same logic that says that I can be king, I need to challenge him to fix this problem. I need to win first. Then I can get rid of the whole system.
I'm sorry, why do you think you should be king?
I didn't say that I do.
By telling everyone you are.
I have a comfort. This is why you're here. You're my comfort familiar.
Right now, I am the only person that as far as anyone here is concerned, I am the only person that knows where our homeland is.
Right, and you think that introducing yourself as king is the best way to tell them about it.
It is the best way for us to get the support we need to stop the end of the world first.
I saw the reception on that. I don't know if I agree. And I'm not trying to be an ass or anything, but like, it was a pretty divided group. I don't know
If I had come in and said, "Hey, we need help. Send an army,"
Nothing?
we would have been run out of town.
But if we weren't talking about the fact that you were king of Augur's Deep, we wouldn't have said, hey
We
Mal,
wouldn't-
go tell them you need help. We would have approached your leaders and tried to bring them into part of our rebellion as equal partners. We would not have treated them like they were your subjects and like you have any authority here, which by your own rules and your own laws, you don't.
This is a rather unique circumstance.
I don't think it is. I think you done fucked up.
Yeah.
It is really clear to me that you have no idea what you were talking about in terms of my culture.
Can we have
It is so clear to me at this moment because I was given leave to leave
Uh-huh.
and took kingship.
Right. But
That is unprecedented.
But that kingship goes to somebody else.
That's the thing, is I'm not sure it should, because there is a conflict. Because if he is a subject, he cannot then also
Okay,
have...
if it wasn't kingship, let's say you had acquired a piece of property.
Then it would be his.
That's what
It
you
is
did.
different. Because it is a kingship.
I'm still hung up on something, and I confess that this is me being hung up on it. I get that I don't understand the culture here. Okay. The thing that I'm not understanding is if he doesn't believe in this whole system, and you're trying to break this whole system, I get, like, okay, under the old system, you got kingship, but that kingship is under somebody else's jurisdiction because somebody else has jurisdiction over you. But it feels like this jurisdiction that they have over you is just like a plaything. It's something to tease you about.
It is something that he would try to use to bully me with. That is what it is. For him, that's all it is.
So,
However, it does leave legal ties that are going to be a problem.
So all of this is an issue basically because of legal paperwork?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. So,
It seems like there's actually an easy way out of that, and that's you challenge him and you win.
That's what I just said.
Right, but there's a bigger problem here. If you want to change the way this system works, you are not going to do that by telling everybody to pack up and move to Augur's Deep and ruling by right of this. You are going to have to convince them that you should be a leader and that they should follow you because you yourself are worth something, not because of these old laws.
Correct.
okay, but you're saying that we
Which
have
is
to
why I
start
have
with...
studied. Which is why I spent a lot of time that was not necessarily my own, both with Gale. No, wait.
You already introduced me.
I forget.
to the
Sorry,
town, so-
that is Stephen forgetting. Both with Milo and with Mizuki. Because I need to be worth something. They deserve someone who is worth being a leader.
Yeah, so first things first, we need to stop going around telling them to do stuff because you were king and you claimed kingship.
The only thing I've asked is for military aid that we need anyway, and for those who are willing to go to Augur's Deep.
Yeah,
I told them
what I am
specifically
telling
that
you is-
no one has to go unless they choose to do
Yeah,
so.
but what I'm telling you is, as of right now, you have still said all these things under the auspice of, I am king.
Mm-hmm.
And your reason why you should be king is because of these old laws. If you want to get rid of them, if you want things to change, you can no longer approach it from that angle at all. You can't say, I'm doing something. You have to ask people to do things. You can't say, I need this, and it's okay if you don't want to do it, but I'm asking as a king. But you're not yet. If you want king to be based on something other than these old laws, you're going to need to earn their trust by whatever way you think it should be determined. You cannot keep using that as your crutch, and you cannot keep acting from that position. Otherwise, we're going to be, like, you'll never get away from it.
You were not wrong. And that is a large part of what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Because we had to get the foot in the door, and we have it now. We have 2 weeks. People will make their choices. I suspect there's a good portion of, particularly this town, that will not join us because of their history with me.
Yep.
Bells, what were you about to say?
I was just gonna say, then in Elwick, there's this fish parasite, and the fish eats it, and then it eats the fish from the inside out. So that works for that parasite. So you could get eaten by the fish and then eat it from the inside out.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Anyway, so
Follow.
besides that, those were words
Thank
that
you.
were said.
Thank you, Delph. I appreciate it. I really appreciate your insight.
Oh, hold on. I think he's choking on your bullshit.
Anyway, besides that, what if
DM is having to reboot.
what if instead of
It's a valid
challenging
metaphor.
your cousin to a battle, what if you just publicly said that you do not recognize the legitimacy of that tradition any longer? What if you publicly basically said, hey, I know other people might feel like these are the rules, but I don't believe in them anymore and I will not be following them?
That's what I was getting at.
Because I feel like if you go in through the whole motion of challenging him, that just legitimizes that as the rules you are viewing things by. And that will still set a precedent that future leaders could change back to. Right? Like, they could be like, yeah, we used to do it this way, and then he changed things, but I'm changing it back. If you really want that to go away, I feel like you've got to, right from the start, be like, this is not a legitimate way, this is not the law.
And I like that, and then if he decides to make it a bigger issue and have a fight with you anyway, it's not a fight because of that, it's a fight because he's being a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if he leads this anti-you, or this anti-traditional faction, he can't challenge you. If you say, hey, I don't play by those rules anymore, if he challenges you under the auspice of them, now he's saying, hey, I'm against these, except when it suits me. Like, he has painted himself into a corner where if his movement and his people actually support him because they're against this, he can't use that as long as you are no longer recognizing it, that can't be involved. And I feel like that resolves that problem.
Self-confidence.
Then
is key.
who's in charge if Derek is not king?
No one.
I mean,
It's
there's
still
nobody there except
do
hopefully our
you want,
kobold
like,
allies.
Logically, who's in charge?
Yeah, I mean, fish. swim
Whoever
schools.
in the community is viewed as being trustworthy and that people will do things if they ask them to, that's who's in charge.
Or
It doesn't matter if you have a title. The person in charge is, hey, if I ask you to do something, will you go do it? They're in
But
charge.
there's 5 of those.
Or whoever can hold the land.
Well, but even
By
then,
force.
like, you could all... I mean, it's sort of like in Centerton, like, sure, the mayor was the mayor, but that doesn't... There were lots of people who wouldn't do things for him just because he was the mayor. And they would do things for other people because they had a relationship.
It's
So...
usually the person that has the most power, people respect or
Yeah.
are afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
Right by might or consensus.
Yeah. So it's whoever they're willing to serve because it's in their best interest or because they have respect for them. And however you choose to build that relationship.
Sounds like we need to start campaigning for you then.
Yeah.
The
And-
locals.
I understand why it's hard to move past your culture and what you grew up with.
Believe me.
Same. But
But, like I said earlier, that somehow didn't get across, but then Killian said the same thing and it made sense to you somehow. If
Welcome
you
to
live
being
by
with
the
him.
If you live by the tradition, it validates it.
You live by
You
the
don't
tradition,
want
you
it
die by the
anymore.
tradition.
Also a possibility.
Okay. So how do we convince people that they should listen to you?
This is a military society, and unfortunately, a lot of, even for those who do not believe in the old tradition, we have grown up with people who do. My father is not one who believes in the tradition, although most of my family does. Myself, at least to a certain extent, included. It is something that I have done my whole life because it was honorable, it was the right thing to do in my mind. In large part due to Milo and Mizuki, I've changed a lot of my views on leadership in that respect. I think that the tradition should be an honored part of our history, but not something that we act on. Convincing people of that is going to be difficult because even if the people do not believe that there should be an ownership, that there should be this trial by might, we're a military society. Might is right. Which is why I wanted to put you guys through as many military drills as I could before we got here, but we ran out of time. That was something that I had started to work on and then could not continue.
Okay, so your people aside, let's say you're going to be king of this, whoever settles in Augur's Falls.
Deep.
August Deep. What do you think determines? What do you think should be valued? What do you think should determine who is in charge?
Some of that is going to be might, especially since we will be setting up our own kingdom within an empire.
Well, on
The
the
Empress,
borders,
no, the Empress believes that is within her jurisdiction.
but Mom believes in a lot of things.
So whether or not she has control over the area, on paper, we are setting up a kingdom within an empire.
Okay, but
There will have to be strength.
in 200 years, what do you want the kingdom you're setting up to value? What do you want people to think is of value and of worth and honorable? Do you want them to think
prosperity,
Yeah.
military might,
kindness,
Cult-
charity,
kindness, culture,
religion?
charity.
Education.
Yeah, like what do you think should matter? Because
Fan
you're
fiction.
No.
you're
All
already
right.
you're already taking them to. I mean, sure, it was their home in the past, but for all intents and purposes, you are taking them to a new place. You are starting from scratch.
Would you like my full tenants?
Yes.
Oh, you have tenants. Oh, jeez.
You should be proud.
These are things that I took, at least in part, from the books that you introduced me to.
Go on.
Know yourself and seek to be self-improving. I think that is something that is very individual, and it is not something that is easy to enforce, but it is something I want to instill.
Okay.
Well,
Be technically and tactically proficient. Talking about military might again. Develop responsibility amongst subordinates. Make sound and timely decisions. Set an example. Know your people and look out for their welfare. Keep your people informed. Education is paramount. Seek responsibility and take responsibility. Ensure assigned tasks are understood before any punishment is given for for incomplete work. Ensure that all tasks are understood, supervised, and then accomplished. Train your people as a team and employ your team in accordance with its capacity and capabilities.
That's a mouthful.
Those are great. I think those are very good for you as a leader. Let me rephrase my question in a way that might be a little bit more helpful for what we were trying to get at. You want your people to go back to Augur's Deep.
I would like to refresh some of the things that made Augur's Deep great while changing the things that did not.
Tell me
the
the
things that we
differences
exported.
between your society now, the place where they live now. Tell me what you imagine being different when they leave.
Versus what they were.
Like, what are the reasons why you think that they should... Why do you think that moving here and being part of this kingdom would be a better way of life?
First, because individuals will be able to prosper based on their work and based on what they produce. I want them to be able to... I want there to be social mobility.
To whom? Me.
There needs to be... I do not want there to be a xenophobic... What's the word I want? There was a level of xenophobia that existed within Augur's Deep.
Has anyone been listening? Has anyone been listening?
Make a perception check.
That's fine.
At disadvantage.
Why?
Is that an internal
Why?
thing, or is that
Hmm?
something
Why?
Milo says?
Why? 'Cause I got healed.
Okay, just make a
We'll
perception
give it a
check.
minute or two to,
Okay.
for let's say for flavor's sake, we'll wait a minute or two for this to activate.
I just didn't know if that
Just
was
for that was
I was gonna say, I didn't know if that was internal
that was
or-
written.
10.
Doesn't appear like anyone's been listening.
I have a passive perception of 19.
Passive perception of 19.
Passive perception of 8.
I mean, aside from like people passing by catching little like bits of the conversation, it doesn't look like anyone is like stopping to actively listen, but your voices are not like you're not keeping your voices down, so anyone who passes by does catch a little bit of the conversation.
There is the potential for a lot of prosperity in the mines.
Sure.
I would like to capitalize on that to benefit everyone.
Okay.
But I do not want Augur's Deep to be just dwarves. It would be unfair for us to maintain that prosperity and not to share it with the world.
Fair enough.
Okay.
And I want there to be peace.
Well,
That's easier said than
peace.
done. Yeah.
well, you're gonna have to build towards that for the
Yep.
moment.
All right. Those are things we can work with.
Those are my big ones. I want people to be proficient. I want people to see those from Augur's Deep to be smart and strong
No, I think where you
as
have
a
to
culture.
where you have to start there then is people should come to Augur's Deep because you want to build that kind of society, and tell people like if that's what appeals to you, if you want to live in a place that is like that, if you want to live in a place that is different from the way it is here in these ways, come to Augur's Deep. Not because you're king, not because you found it, but because that's what you're trying to build there.
But what is more important to me than this kingdom right now is the sake of our world, because this kingdom will not matter if we don't fix things immediately.
Right. But you said yourself you suspect a lot of people in your local town here will not be willing to come with you because of their past history with you. If we don't make it about them coming to join your kingdom, we can remove you from the equation. Instead, they'll come to be a part of our coalition.
I think that should be another option for people.
Right, but we have to present those as two different things, not one thing. We can't say, hey, come to Augur's Deep, and, you know, because he's going to build this society there, oh, and also you can help us. That has to be two separate things. You're here to tell them, come to Augur's Deep because we want to build this. Another of us has to be a spokesperson for the coalition and say, in addition, we have brought word that there's this problem. If you can help, if you want to see this problem resolved, if you want to help prevent catastrophe, we need your support. That way we divorce those two ideas. So even if they don't like you and they don't like what you're trying to do, they can still see the value in the coalition.
As well as many, like, people have built careers off of military stuff, like higher end military leaders always, gain prosperity and stuff like that. So that's an angle and then Milo stops for a second, sort of listens to something in his head. Uh-oh.
Did you drink?
No,
too?
I think our timetable just shifted a tiny bit.
Uh-oh.
Which timetable? There's like 8 things going on right now.
I just got a message from my patron.
Which one?
The water.
Okay.
Water?
Yes.
Earth.
Fire. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Mom's sending an army this way.
Well,
Well, that seems like... Right. We're gonna have to solve that problem fast.
that's gonna be a good.
How far away are they?
Did I get, like, a time? No idea.
I mean, if they are marching,
It's gonna take a
Did
while.
I get the
At
impression
least 2
that she is
months.
marching with them or has just sent the army?
You got what you got.
I mean, can she afford the leave?
Well, with Akerai still around.
It depends what's happening in the
Yeah.
capital.
And we don't have
So
all that information.
you traveled out of your homeland. How far away is the nearest outpost of Imperial forces?
Downriver. I mean, the borders of the Empire are not actually on paper. The borders are not that far away.
The nearest outpost is in good weather. It's about 2 weeks, but more realistically, it's like 2.5 to 3 weeks away. But you also know that that's like minimal garrison.
If you're
Right,
sending
but
the
that's
army,
also
that would
not
have
that's
to
not
be
that's
sent
not an army
from
marching.
Costa.
That
Right.
is that is
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
But assuming
traveler.
what that means is that she's sending her army, which means that's coming from Costas. Yeah, I assume she would send it from Costas. That means that is a minimum 2 months away.
But if your mother hoards magic, could she not just use magic to make everyone get here faster?
I don't even want to think if that's a
Even
possibility.
for hoarding magic.
that would.
Tell me if I'm speaking out of turn here, Keith. Well, let me say this then. How is that feasible? Like, you could teleport some people. Would it be feasible, even with the amount of power she has, to teleport an entire army that far?
You made a door.
You have
Yeah, that's open for 10 minutes.
you have never heard of such,
Well, and you
but
would
that
probably
doesn't mean
know.
anything.
Right.
You would probably know, though, at least as far as history goes, because she's
Yeah, if that's
been
ever
at
happened.
war before with several different nations. So is that something that is a possibility?
Most of the times when she has sent her armies
Right.
places, she has done so using conventional means.
Yes. The only thing I can think of, and I'm just gonna make something up.
Go for it.
Empress III, may hope she have lived forever. She didn't.
She didn't.
There was like tale that she once created a tsunami that took out a bit of an army that she fought once from the south, that's a pretty big deal, but I don't know anything about teleporting.
Maybe she could, but it would take an inordinate amount of power, more, and it would be something that I have never even heard of, like a level of power.
From what Siona said, I don't think she could anymore, but I only say that is because I took some of her power when we last met and when I was dealing with destruction. Even if she could then, I don't know if she could now.
She might send small groups through magic to get here faster, but I don't think she can do her whole army.
Do they do this in Elwick?
If that garrison we reversed met up with another garrison, would that have been enough to make an army, quote unquote?
No.
Is little girl still here?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Bit.
Oh.
Yeah,
What's her name?
we need to address that problem, but I need you to do me a favor. I need you, he's gonna look around. Okay. Remind me that we need to solve this later, but you and I are gonna have to perform some experiments before I come up with a solution. But I suspect part of the reason there's an army on its way here, and then I am gonna look at Bit.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
can we come back to that in just a second?
No, yes.
I think that if we are making separate plays, then we need to get you an audience with the town.
Yeah.
Like, tomorrow
Do we
morning.
have to be attuned to the medallion things?
Yes. But we also don't know if his magic...
That's what we need to test. That's what I need Milo to help me test, is we need to test if my amulets block the dragon magic.
Right, but doesn't it just prevent scrying too?
It prevents any divination spell from targeting you.
Yeah. But the issue is, in the past, we don't know if Scry works on me, because Sionis can't do it on me, and neither can the gods, because they use this world's magic.
Yeah,
However,
right.
my magic is from the dragon world,
Right.
which my mother also has, so we don't know if she can just bypass all of his magic.
For good measure, I'm taking my medallion off and giving it to Bit.
So as you go to do that, Killian's actually going to be like, you probably are going to need that.
No one's gonna scry on me.
See, you think that, but at this point, there are enough important people who have seen us and who know about what's going on. We are all potentially targets.
I go to take mine off.
I mean...
That works, actually, yeah.
I
You
give
have
it.
been around.
Here
You
you.
are
I mean,
a
I
very
still
recognizable person to the military, but
It's the porn lady.
Oh, hey!
Scry the porn
Muzzle top!
Okay, we'll loop. That's valuable information.
Yeah.
We'll loop back around to that.
Sorry.
With time. No,
No,
it is
important.
good to know. That.
Yep.
Okay.
So back to your situation, as I was saying before, but I was rudely interrupted. If they did...
By God. God just was like, hey.
Colonel Fox.
But... And when I say rudely, I mean by the news of my mother, not from my patron.
Yeah.
All the hatred goes towards her.
Yeah.
good save, good save.
But like I was saying, yeah, if you built it around, if they joined our coalition and became officers and all that and gained prestige, then they can take that prestige to augurs.
If we're offering, if these are two separate things, then maybe our coalition can offer, motivate. Like, so far I didn't want to butt in too much on what you were trying to do, right?
Understood, yeah.
But if we play these as two separate things, then we can offer incentives outside of Augurs Deep and other things to even if they want to stay here as an incentive to help us, rather than just you're the king, do what you say type of a thing.
But if I tell them that my mother is coming this way with an army to wipe them all out,
then it's our fault.
Not if we don't spin it like that she is just doing it to gain territory.
And she has been sending troops all over the place.
We'll come
it's
back
not
to
like this is
that.
the first time.
The army coming here might not actually also be that bad of a thing.
And it also may not be directly related to us. If your experiment shows that she cannot in fact scry through your magic, then it's because she wants to get rid of.
Or it's because we have her with us.
Yes.
I would say that it's almost definitely because
Yeah.
of that.
But
Because of her, sorry.
Yeah.
Not that.
We'll have to talk later as well. I kind of.
I'm gonna give her like a quick how out of it is she? Like we've been talking a lot.
Or
of
is she
random-
actually paying attention?
Yeah, like is she understanding what's going on, or is she like totally out of her depth?
Roll me an insight check.
I will do that as well. No, 8.
This is why Lance has good points in the inside.
Lucky.
I would probably be scanning for this too.
22.
22?
I'd be worried about her. Oh, also very good. Plus 8, 23.
So 22 and 23. She's been following most of it.
That sounds about right.
There's
for a
some of it is like, is this really about me? Or does this really impact me? You get a sense that she's more concerned about what directly impacts her.
Right.
That sounds exactly like a
She does have some idea that what impacts her might impact more people, but she's more concerned about what impacts me.
Anyway, so yeah, we should definitely at least discuss terms with the mayor and the other townships, but the army coming here may not be such a bad thing.
Particularly if everyone is willing to move to Augur's Deep quickly, because we have a door.
Well, not just that. Actually,
get
as
in
far
2
as
minutes?
places where I would want to have to fight a superior force,
That is why we set up here.
this is a good place for that. And even if you aren't able to actually defeat them all the way,
You
can
don't
bog
have
them
to.
down for a long time here. And if the army's here, it's not anywhere else, which provides some openings.
Yeah.
But we will have to consider that once we get a little bit more information and we've made more inroads with the powers that be and have a better idea of what the lay of the land is. Worst case scenario, everybody goes into hiding or leaves and the army gets up here and it was a waste of their time. They have to turn around and walk back, and that's all that time wasted.
I do like that.
Through the whole swamp. That is delicious.
Yeah, that is definitely. That being said, we're gonna have to have a long discussion later.
Lance and Keith, or
Yes.
Yes,
No,
okay.
no. Killian and directing that a bit.
okay.
We should probably assume that there are Imperial agents on their way here, potentially using teleportation.
Like the water thing that tried to eat you?
or other agents, but it's probably not outside the realm of possibility that she could send small groups of individuals, and if she knows where you are, I imagine then she'll be sending agents to
recover.
Yep. So we should probably be ready for that. So
I need to scry on one particular person.
double or
that
triple.
I'm scared of because I don't know.
Double or
her-
triple the
Devon?
normal protection.
Devon?
No. Is that his name?
Your
Your
brother?
mercenary brother?
my,
Yeah.
the Dickless the Clown.
Yep.
Bish!
Dickless
Come on,
the
Gina.
Clown.
I mean,
Damn, Gina.
technically correct.
Yeah. Yeah, you have the Walrus and Dickless the Clown.
I'm kind of jealous because that is such a good insult that you so rarely get to use on people.
Nope.
Should probably figure out where he is, because that could be bad. And hopefully he's not this way in the world at the moment.
I mean, if he... He was just a mercenary, right? Not like in charge of army.
He was a hell of a mercenary.
He was more of like a courtier, you know, sort of the swashbuckling type that had his little posse, and they'd go like pillage for the Empress, like a small woodland
Okay, so
village.
he would be a likely candidate for someone to be the front runner.
Yeah.
Potentially. Okay.
Although
Just checking.
he did know about our
He did
plans
know,
for a while, and
he
it
did
doesn't.
know
I
where,
don't know where
he did know
landed.
where Adrian was. Yes.
Well, and we'll have to see where he decides to land on things. I am gonna look at Bit. I don't suppose the monks taught you how to defend yourself or anything.
I mean, there was a little bit of self-defense.
I mean,
Not a lot.
Sammy.
What
As
did
far as-
Sursune already teach you?
So she settles into what you recognize as a sort of mid-level stance. A mid-level ready stance. I know a lot of it starts here. She's not a beginner.
Okay.
so this isn't a bad place.
And honestly, I picked up a few things living in the streets.
Okay. We can work with this. I'll have you show me later when, we're someplace a little more isolated.
We have rooms.
Okay.
I don't know if the rooms are quite big enough for training sessions, but
Tommy,
we can at least go through what she knows there, maybe.
how do you and Cabbage feel about being taking the lead on sort of keeping an eye out for unwelcome visitors looking for us?
Are we gonna have a Cabbage Tommy team up here?
Well, I'm
Wait,
thinking...
is this a crossover episode?
Yeah. I'm thinking of everyone here who doesn't already have, like, Milo's gonna have to be, doing stuff. Like, I'm thinking you two might be our best bet to be on security.
I thought you said whoever didn't have a job.
And had the right skill set and that I trust.
What skill set?
The ability
That's
to...
the one you have
the ability to spot shady individuals and alert the rest of us so that we can deal with them with subtlety and...
Not sell them porn while you're doing
Yeah. That.
We've never been in a situation where I failed to do that.
Failed
What,
to sell
sell porn?
No!
That is true, but I'm not sure.
Shady individual.
Okay.
Yeah, you usually try to sell porn to the shady individuals.
Regular
Of
people
everyone
don't.
at the table here, in the first 2 hours that we were in town, all but 2 of us managed to stay sober, alert, and aware.
I was losing a cheese plate.
Anyway, so they are taking the lead. I think it would be a good idea to have Dells involved, though. And I think that Max should help her.
Well, I mean, her magic skills might actually be better here.
That's what I'm saying, is I think she should be involved, but you guys are taking point.
So
Sure.
basically, we're gonna have to tell her what to do.
So I'm the captain. You're my second or
Wait,
first.
why are you the captain?
Because I'm a pirate.
Max,
I'm
would you
part of the
go
team.
Yeah, but I'm a pirate.
help
I'm a
Dells
Green
do what
Ranger.
she asks you, please?
You sure you want to
But
go in
I'm a
that order?
pirate.
And that gives
You
you
sure?
rank?
Yes,
Pirate
captain.
ranks.
Because
I
I can
outrank
see with
you.
eyes.
Yes, I stole a ship.
Fix it if I
See
need
me?
to.
She did steal a ship.
I am a
And
pirate.
this is something that
captain.
happened.
Does
Okay,
does
that's
it count as captainhood if you don't have the. Never mind.
I don't know about that. All I know is that technically was an act of piracy.
It's true.
According
And that's about as much as you can sing with copyright.
according to what's his
You are a
name?
pirate, so.
In a pirate movie that shall not be named. Despite the fact that he lost the ship, he was still.
Did you
preserved
not
and
introduce
protected.
yourself as Captain Jack Sparrow?
Careful, guys. Disney's a little
Yeah,
unhappy right now.
they're litigious.
So we can, with the small little lines, we're good.
Haha, but we can talk about
Captain
Steamboat
General.
Willie all we want.
Not yet, we can't.
Yeah,
Dang
no.
it.
But Pooh is open source.
Yeah, it's a horror movie now.
Yes, it is.
No, you shut your. I'm sorry.
Goodness.
I hold that in a. I hold
Winnie the
it
There were
Pooh.
some strong
deep-
feelings
Yeah.
about
deeply
that.
in my heart as one of I wore out 2 VHSs of the old one as a kid.
My
So
4th birthday party was a Winnie the Pooh party, and I still remember it.
lucky.
My mom bought the cardboard cutout.
Oh.
It's alright, I idolize him. He doesn't wear pants.
I like that's the reason.
I identify more with Rabbit now than I ever was.
See, it's Eeyore for me.
I've always been Owl.
That doesn't surprise anybody, Keith.
No,
Hybrid.
not even a little bit.
I'm usually Tigger, but here we are.
You're a Tigger without a tail.
Broke my
Dad, who
tail.
that makes
No,
you?
no, sweetie. You're Piglet. You've always been Piglet.
That's pretty true.
Well, that was a really cute
Well,
response. So
if you're Pooh, I have to be Tigger.
We can trade off who
Do
wears
you have enough
pants.
energy to?
No, please. Don't fight me for Rabbit.
No, I was saying, is there a Eeyore Rabbit hybrid?
No, but
Can I
get-
have depression and anxiety?
Absolutely.
I do. So which character is that?
The
Depends
gopher.
on the day.
Gopher.
I forgot about the gopher.
I'm the bees.
the bees.
Okay.
Well, minor tangent
Sorry.
aside.
No, actually, sweet. You're probably Kanga.
She doesn't have
Oh,
anxiety
yeah.
or depression.
She
She's
has
a
a
child.
child.
So yes, she
I think
does.
that comes with it.
You have to know the territory.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That was a great
Tangent
great
I was just having
segue.
this little moment there.
Tangent done.
That feels like instead, like when the GPS is like, take the next left turn. We did that and then off a bridge.
We went off the bridge, and then in true cartoon fashion, you could see the bubbles as we drove back up onto the land from under the bridge.
Yes. Who sticks?
No. It's drove off the bridge, didn't fall until we looked down,
Yeah,
and
no,
then
no,
there's
no,
the
no,
bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All
we're
right,
arguing
so
all the
if
time.
you three handle keeping an eye out,
With
just as
security.
pretty much, yeah. Not all the time. We'll
And
probably
wear
need
lots of black
other stuff, but like, yeah, I think you three can
uniforms.
particularly handle that.
I got it.
Is everyone up for breakfast in the morning?
Why not? Your family sounds lovely.
I'd love to meet your family.
Okay.
I don't think you would love us to meet your family.
I think
But-
it'll be fine. I think that you guys will fit right in.
If I didn't embarrass him too much before, I feel like we're
you
good
were
at this
high
point.
out of your mind.
Yeah.
To be fair, his dad gave me that without prefacing anything.
Yeah, no, that's his MO.
Oh, so don't smoke anything your dad gives us.
Or
Unless
do.
you want to.
Just
Well, you're on
understand how
point,
it's
so
gonna-
you probably shouldn't.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the
He'll break out the special
Yeah.
hookah.
I would appreciate if the people watching for trouble would stay sober and alert.
yeah, I'm gonna wear
I
black.
have no problem. I'm not gonna wear black. I wear green
He does wear green.
And white.
Mine.
and white. Well, I mean.
And gold.
Yeah, but I mean, main color is green.
I see you over there. I mean, I was gonna be like, he's never worn just black. I'm just
Fine, I understand that you guys don't like the idea of the uniform.
So, since I'm not
It's more or less that
being alert,
then
I
that
can
means
smoke
your
and drink
target.
whatever.
Dels?
Why don't you copy my uniform?
But change the color.
Change the color.
It's not really
It's
my
black.
look.
It's where
Seafoam green.
Huh?
Seafoam green.
No, but change it black.
Yeah, it's not really my look.
Because then she'll be the Black Ranger.
I also don't know enough about Power Rangers to commit to that. So
What are Power Rangers?
You know
That's
more
why it's
than
a bit.
It's clear. Anyway, is there anything else that is important to get out tonight?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Will you potentially consider renaming August Deep because it's an awful name?
It's fair.
I would consider it, yeah.
All right.
We only have
I'll
four
have
rooms.
ideas.
What?
We only have 4 rooms.
Yeah, people are gonna have to double up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going home.
He has a bedroom.
There's still 6.
That makes it just
Yeah,
Do you
so-
feel like it's
I
okay
assumed
to
we had an extra
be
room
here
for
by yourself?
NPCs.
Are you worried about
Um,
how many people here?
There's
I'm not
7.
terribly
Yes,
concerned.
And
Uh,
2 girls, 2 girls.
Well, there's also Toblerone. We haven't gotten rid of yet.
Sent him with Castian back to scout things out at home.
Okay, good idea.
table words.
Does anybody want to come with me? I mean, if you guys are concerned about security.
I mean,
He's not even here.
I'm less concerned about like you and more about like if the army is moving because they know we're here, then we should probably expect unsavory people to come looking for us, and so we need to not slack off on our, keep yourselves alert, ready for trouble.
Do they have more manticores?
I mean, there are more manticores, yes.
They can reset the traps.
There are plenty of traps, don't worry. The swamp is going to be hell. A delightful hell for us. Less than delightful hell for them.
Okay. Can you give us directions to where your parents' place is?
Oh,
I would
Yeah.
assume Simi could lead us there, but I don't think that's true.
Well, I mean, I was sober when it went.
That's fair.
Yeah, but you weren't sober when you came here.
That's
so from here to there.
true.
Yeah. It's not hard. I mean, like, there's one major thoroughfare. I'll give you directions.
Okay.
Directions.
I will see you then in the morning.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe. See you in the morning.
I try to opt to bunk with the little girl.
Well, Keith, how long
Bit?
has this discussion taken us?
Well, it has. I mean, it's been.
Let me rephrase that.
It's
Have they
been a
finished
while.
getting the rooms ready yet?
Yes.
Okay, I was about to be like, because I don't think we can use the rooms yet.
We're an early check-in, but like,
housekeeping.
Well, I need to go follow up about a blacksmith and a troll.
Yep.
He says, looking at his bag in the center of the table.
Do you want help with that?
Do you think you're gonna be help? You
I can
walked
help
in
with
here
that.
and immediately pissed off the landlord.
I know how to shoot
Don't worry.
acid.
There are
might
very
what?
few people that I'm not
I
on
can
great
shoot
terms
acid.
with.
You can
There are
shoot
a number of
acid.
them that I am not on
Is it
good terms
dragon?
with. This one is more of a professional dislike than it is anything else. But
Professional.
I mean, if you want to come, that's fine. I
I can help.
suppose having someone who can shoot acid would be useful.
Bet you can come to the rooms with me.
Okay.
alternatively, if you wanted to introduce people to my family.
Are we
think
doing
can
that in
save
the morning?
Thanks.
Do that
Okay.
for the-
I think you two and Bit should probably share a room.
Who was that point?
You
Okay.
and you.
Okay.
Might be a little cramped, but I feel like you're the two best to have close to her.
I mean, she's kind of small.
She can spit
I'm
out
pretty skinny.
acid.
Yeah, that's why
Okay.
she's going with Killian.
Yeah, I'm gonna reiterate people I trust.
That's why she's going with Killian to deal with the thing in his bag.
I regret praying.
What?
Wait, you
Wait.
what?
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 Wow, that drink is still affecting me.
It's
No,
not.
it's not.
Delos.
I thought you were an atheist.
I am.
But she prayed. I knew it. They didn't answer me. They answered you. Damn it.
sorry. Who? What?
So did
What?
Mom answer her?
Oh, shit. Oh,
We have
dear
some-
goodness
Oh,
gracious.
Long
There-
conversation to
there's
have
some-
later.
Yeah,
some
we've got
layers
some
We'll
things
talk
we're gonna have to
tonight.
go over.
We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk.
We have 2
we've,
weeks.
we've got some things to teach you.
Okay.
So sorry.
Oh no. Oh, it's like
That's
looking
gonna
at
be
a
a
dark mirror.
conversation to
Like 2
record.
years. That was Milo 2 years ago.
It was you. Coincidence?
It was.
No,
it
it's
was
not.
her that did what?
Pride.
But yeah, but that's not what you're excited about.
Hearsay.
They listened.
How do you know that?
We're here.
Because they got to you before you died.
Doesn't know.
Oh, is that how you?
We used the door. They were not with us.
There was
Wait,
perhaps a very strong wind.
wait. So you.
You have to go deal with a troll,
You,
right?
it can wait. You prayed. Both of you.
I am so sorry.
It was more of a
No,
cuss.
that's fine.
It was more of a what?
I just sort of like cursed the powers that be.
See, I doubt that because I don't think any of them would be kind to you if you did that.
That may not actually be true.
They don't insist.
I'm gonna look at Milo.
So
All right,
it
fair enough.
depends.
Wait,
I may have said I sort of hope that we get there in time.
Did you say you wish that you would get there in time?
because that's not a god.
Slightly just comes like the mailman in Zelda.
So you, and you got and that's why my shaggin was up on a mountain that it couldn't get down off of.
But did you die?
I'm not saying I'm upset. Just a lot of pieces are falling into place.
You did not ask questions at the time.
Nope,
We
I was
had
Which
to.
is
busy.
also very fair.
We did not have resources.
I understand.
Because we
Just
had the
going to skip
resources.
over it, yep.
Wait.
No, I didn't say that out loud.
No, yeah, no. Which one did you pray to?
I think she did just a general.
Who did you pray to?
Yeah.
Oh,
who'd you pray to?
you did specifically Killian's god.
I did try that.
Life,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, the question's still, who did you pray to?
Any of them.
See, that's a very dangerous thing to do.
I'm aware.
She's very aware.
Point is,
Did you
we got here,
get a familiar
everything's
face that answered?
fine, and nobody died.
Yet.
So troll,
Yet.
king things, security detail.
Wait. Did you get a familiar face or an unfamiliar face when you prayed?
Familiar is a type of focus for warlocks, right?
No, familiar as in we've met them before.
Maybe.
That's very
What do you
avoidant
mean,
behavior.
maybe?
I mean that I don't want to talk about it, Killian. Everybody in here, hi in here. What?
You seem like you. I'm sorry. Why don't you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Interesting.
Seeing as
Okay.
you've fallen into Ingir's trap, what's going on in your mind right now? What things does he see in the front of your mind, my dear?
I'm just thinking about how I desperately don't want Killian to know the deal that I made with Chaos. Or the fact that I accidentally summoned the god of Chaos because of how...
Anarchy.
Anarchy. Because of how anarchy I was being,
What
apparently.
wants to be chaos?
Okay.
All right. Well, to go talk to a man about a troll.
Yeah, go talk about a troll bit. Let's head to
I'm
the
gonna
rooms.
go make some visual calls.
Some visual calls.
Thank you.
While you are
Killian.
doing that,
Mhm.
try scrying me. Tell me if it works or not.
Okay.
And actually, if you can, try me too, because I'm curious.
List.
Good thought.
Ooh, you should try scrying.
I don't care.
No, because she's not wearing the amulet, but she has god blood.
There's that. She's got the god blood thing going on.
Care.
Okay.
He's making a list, and one side it says people I'm going to scry, and the other side it says things I don't care.
Things I don't care about.
Sometimes you are such a little princeling.
I would have just gone
Thank you.
the whole
Another
hog and called him a
drink?
princess, but
That felt offensive.
This is a lot to sit through.
I do not disagree.
You're right.
guess she's not coming with me.
I'm going
I will
with you.
come with you,
Wait,
but-
do you trust me,
No,
Gillian? Come with you.
no. We have been here a handful of hours, and you spent half of that unconscious. No, I do not trust you.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Yeah.
It's because he woke you up.
We're gonna be here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So Mal is going to put his little thing on the floor and just kick it towards you.
What little thing is
His
yours?
his little keg.
Okay.
Drink that instead. This is one of the new ones. It will not hurt you.
Where
Some
you
of the
put-
stuff that they will give you here will make you die.
Where was this on
called
you?
He actually has like 2 or 3 small ones like on his belt at all times.
Like his butthole.
Ew.
Prison pipe.
You gotta keep your keg warm.
Ugh.
That one's new. It will not hurt you. Some of the stuff here is practically turpentine.
We did.
Actually, pretty
Practice
sure it's
didn't
certain
use
salt
that
turpentine.
donkey whisker stuff to polish metal.
Yeah.
But donkeys don't have whiskers. I don't understand.
Catfish have whiskers.
I mean, they're serving paint there. You don't have to understand the names.
Catfish have whiskers.
Catfish have whiskers. Let's go, please. Please. Get me out of this bar.
Just before the two of you go, I'm just gonna quickly just place my head on the back, my hand on the back of you, the two of you's heads, and just trying to get killed by the troll. And I'm just gonna pluck some hair real quick and then go.
All right.
How's it feel, Killian?
Could have just asked, but okay.
Consent?
I'm a prince.
I'm a king.
Which one?
I'm already
Not
upstairs.
really.
I'm gone.
So am I going with Killian or no?
As much
Bits
or
over
maybe
there
more.
like that.
I don't know. Are you?
Do you want me to? Dell's
I don't care. Killian has decided a long time ago that there is no controlling what Dells is and is not going to do. She's just going to do whatever she feels like doing at any given point in time.
Having somebody who can shoot poison, good for trolls.
Okay, so who's going where?
Troll.
I don't know that we know. Troll.
Troll.
I'm scrying once, taking a nap, and then we'll do some more scrying once I have had the nap.
Okay, so we'll get to
Just
that.
upstairs in the tavern.
Okay, so we'll get to that. And
Bit details.
Simi and Cabbage are on bit detail. Are you going with the troll crew or?
I'm stomping, but I'm going with the classic.
Oh, don't leave that there.
Okay, so you're going with the troll crew. Tommy.
I'm very curious about the troll.
That's
Okay,
fair.
so troll crew. Okay. So let's do your first scry.
Because then it's going to take an hour for it to
Right.
recharge. I'm going to try scrying on Killian.
Okay, and
would
you've
you
got your
like-
thing
I have
on.
my amulet, and every day I activate it to keep
Okay.
me from being found.
It fails.
Okay.
So your scrying fails.
Okay. And then I will have a nap and we'll come back.
It does work.
Okay, so
I'll
we
basically
will.
just I'll entertain myself.
Okay. Bit. So the bit.
Take that how you will. Actually, hold on, before I go, I'm gonna give the two of you bardic inspiration.
I thought that's what you were
because-
doing when you pulled my hair.
Well, I'll say I did that. So the two of you have bardic inspiration.
I keep
So-
wanting to reach up like I'm going to tug on your hair, but it doesn't really work.
Yeah, not so much.
guys
So
can do those.
bit detail.
You touched the yellow
The
last time.
Cabbage and Simi take Bit up to one of the rooms, one of the 4 rooms that you have secured at the inn. Is there anything in particular that you guys want to ask her about, talk to her about, do, say, whatever?
I would like to know how much she actually knows about the Empress and how all of that works. So,
Okay.
I would be asking her the general gist of,
Asking her very leading questions.
yes, yeah, very leading questions, trying to get to, like,
Okay.
how much she knows regarding regarding the tyranny involved in all of this.
Okay.
Without using the word, without specifically saying, "Do you know that she's a tyrant?" You know.
So, in the course of your questioning, it becomes clear that she has no first-hand knowledge of her mother. She's never met her. She knows she's related to her, but you specifically also recognize that what she is saying, what she is giving back to you, is like doctrine from the order. I mean, you recognize it by rote almost. It's like you've sat through the same classes that she has. It's the same catechisms.
Okay.
Like almost word for word. You recognize it. In fact, you can almost hear Circene telling you to them, or telling them to you in the early classes. So you get that the knowledge she has is going to be almost exactly the same as what you got being indoctrinated by the order.
So I would probably pull Cabbage to the side once I had established that and be like, "Okay, Cabbage, I know I'm not great with people. Is there a way that I am supposed to shatter this reality gently?"
So, real quick, sorry, you're gonna have to catch me up just a little bit because I have a new nephew and I was reading about that.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh,
That is a fair thing to read.
Yeah, so sorry.
No.
You're talking about the Empress.
Forever.
Yes. So she has been pretty much given. Has no firsthand knowledge of how the Empress is, even though she's mom. No firsthand experience with her at all, but has been fed all of the doctrine from the order. Unfortunately, that my bestie has piped into her brain. So, yeah, that's pretty much all of the stuff that everybody is supposed to believe
Gotcha.
is what she has been given.
So you're wondering if there's a gentle way to shatter the glass.
Yeah.
Well, there's not really a very kind and gentle way to explain everything. But a lot of what you've been taught is a lie.
Yeah.
You've been very, very sheltered for a reason, as I'm sure you could probably understand. But it'll be a lot to take in, and I can understand if you don't like or understand what we're saying, and so feel free to ask questions. But it's a lot to catch you up on. Also, your brother's pretty cool. At least this one. The one that's, not.
One that's metaphorically next to me.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, we
No
haven't
one has
actually covered
told
that.
her.
No, Mal specifically did not.
But she
know.
did hear my name.
Does she know the
'Cause-
names of her brothers though?
No, but she heard that a son of the Empress.
Oh,
Me.
yeah.
Because
So,
Derek mentioned it.
so who's my brother?
Milo.
Our probably half brother.
Probably half brother. You both have the same mom.
He's the pretty one, right?
Yes.
He
Okay.
He is pretty.
That he is.
Yes,
That
out of the whole
he
group,
is.
I'm the pretty one.
Honestly,
This is what I wanted.
probably a combo of like it's a competition between you and Dells, but Dells is a little chaos engine.
So yeah, we have a lot to catch you up on, and feel free to stop us at any point and ask lots of questions if you have them.
And this is not a reflection of the people who taught you these things.
No.
Circene was a wonderful person and was doing the best she could.
I never really understood why I would be the one to be in charge if I had older brothers.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, you two get to give this
We
lesson.
have a very lot to talk about. There is reasons behind that. It's complicated and pretty messed up.
Okay.
Mostly just boys don't rule this empire. It goes back.
Milo can tell you more about that.
Okay.
An hour later,
Yeah, so
Milo
there
gets-
needed to be a girl, which is why you're like a huge secret.
But
But
also,
why was I a secret?
Because no, if anybody knows about you, they're gonna
Because
try to
you were
kill
being
you.
used against the
Wow.
Empress as leverage.
Are you gonna try to kill me?
oh goodness
Absolutely
no.
not. No, we like
Okay.
you. We're very much trying not to
We
kill
would have
you.
already done that
We're
if.
trying so hard to not kill you.
Is my brother gonna try to kill me?
No,
No.
no.
Probably.
He's a little awkward.
Half brother and maybe.
No,
Not
you're
this
not
one.
here.
Not this one.
Not this
Not
one.
this
The other two.
We still got the other two. One of them's in a.
I have
volcano.
other brothers?
Half brothers.
I have other half brothers.
Yes. They're questionable.
Okay.
But we, as a group, are going to do what we can to protect you.
Yes.
Well, you've been really nice to me so far.
Yeah, no, like if we had wanted to hurt you, that would have been a thing that happened a long time ago. We don't want to hurt you.
Wanted to hurt you. We would have ended
If we
you.
were
So
gonna
so
kill
you
you,
see
we
that
would've
thought sort of
done it
settle into her
already.
brain. It's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been trusting these people all this time.
Yeah, she was in the back of a wyvern for a while.
Yeah, no,
there's-
we definitely do not want to hurt you. We like you. We are happy that you are part of our group and not in some weird little dungeon somewhere. So, yes, we are going to protect you and
Maybe stick with us though, because I don't know if other people that are gonna come along are gonna be as
you got lucky ending up with us.
yeah.
This is
We
so
genuinely
bad.
want to protect you.
Okay.
I'm sorry. This is a lot.
It is a lot.
Like I said, it's. I wish we didn't have to catch you up on all of this. It's a lot. And it's overwhelming.
So where do you start?
Oh, you're gonna make us role play this?
Mhm.
Oh, flip dip. Okay.
You got to work for this. Come on.
Well,
So we refer back to this as our recap episode.
Long, long time ago.
The galaxy
we should
far
probably
away.
start with maybe some of the half-truths you've been taught about your mother and this empire. So your mom's not really a god. Like, she's powerful and she has magic. She's not actually really a god. She sort of stole her magic from an actual god.
Also, it turns out magic's not nearly as rare as she tries to make it out to be.
See, look.
Ooh,
You can do magic.
pretty.
Just not my tone.
I can make a pink one and a green one and a purple one.
Your
Is that pretty?
mom has kind of stomped it out wherever she's found it, though.
Yeah.
Which is problematic because a lot of innocent people have gotten hurt because of that.
Yeah, because if you're the only one who can use magic, then
You have a
yeah,
lot of
everybody can treat
power.
you like a god because you have all the power.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Your mom is not a really nice lady.
But that doesn't mean that you can't be a really nice lady.
No, you're great. You can have real shit parents and still be awesome.
It's true. The for all intents and purposes, I didn't really have parents. I'm not sure that I would call myself awesome.
She is.
I think you're awesome.
Yeah.
Are you
See?
role-playing or?
You know, there's a lot of things that happen in this game that are right on that edge.
You're finally understanding how the game is played.
Can I?
Any questions you want.
Not sure that
Where are babies from?
I don't.
Sex.
I mean, I've got brothers, but I don't, and a mother, but I don't know who my dad is, and I don't know. I don't have any other family.
Oh dear. None of us know.
Can I call you Aunt Simmy and you Aunt Cabbage?
Oh God. Oh, she's.
That was dirty, Keith.
She's
Oh.
definitely.
That was dirty.
Oh no, she's
She's
definitely gonna die now.
Cabbage tears up.
Or,
You absolutely can.
or you both will die as her, family figures and mentors.
and then one of you has to play her tragic
Death
self
is
later.
involved.
Exactly.
And one of you has to say right before you die, with power comes responsibility.
You absolutely can call us aunt. And I've got lots of brothers and sisters, and they can be your family too, and my parents would love you.
I don't have a lot of people, but you can call me that. That's fine. I'll do my very best to take the best care of you I can. And really and truly, Circene was one of the closest people that I had in this life.
She was always really nice to me. She was strict, but she was always really nice to me. I'm kind of sad that she had to die.
Okay, like,
Had to.
yeah, like in I don't remember. Do I know how she died? Do I know like what happened with that?
Player Danny does. Simi does not.
Actually, she does because Bit did tell you early on that she died because of the sickness. She got real sick and died.
Okay, so I know that there's a sickness.
We know that there's a plague or something in the capital.
Right.
Yeah.
The capital's not a good place to be right now.
Oh.
No.
That's why she's sending her army out. If they're not here, then they can't get sick.
She did die. I don't know that she had to necessarily. I'm not sure what's all going on there, but
I guess that's a good point.
but because she taught you, she left a little part of who she is with you. And so I'm glad that there's still a little part of her.
I never thought about it like that. I like that.
I'm glad.
I like that.
Do good by it. She was a good person and you are too.
Okay, so we'll kind of
Yeah.
in that same in that kind of line. You guys bring her up to speed, fill her in. You don't cover everything. Obviously, there's too much to cover in one night, but we will read it as read that you guys have kind of that kind of night.
I'm everybody's wine aunt. Even
In
fictional
world, I was gonna say,
characters.
in world, outer world.
I'm everybody's wine aunt. I don't even drink much wine.
Where are the rest of you going?
Well, I'm headed to the mayor's office because the mayor told me that she would reach out to the blacksmith and would send word to me and didn't. But while we're crossing through that town square, Killian is going to stop for a second, like, was there always a trade here?
I thought you did that.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, it was cool.
See, I didn't actually know anything had happened.
You didn't hear, like, the creaking of wood behind us?
Nope. Anyway, moving on. To the mayor's office.
To the mayor's office. So you guys reach the mayor's office. You knock on the door. You hear a voice telling you to come in. You enter. It's a fairly plain office. Mal, you you recognize a lot of the stuff that is sort of adorning the walls as ceremonial bits, little bits and pieces of the history of your people. It is not in any way a complete history, obviously. Parts of it over the course of time have just degraded and wasted away and been destroyed by, things that happen. But the mayor is sitting behind her desk. She greets you as you enter. Have a seat.
Hopefully we won't be here that long. I was just wondering, he's going to kind of hold up his bag. Was there any progress on getting this resolved?
Right. Yes. So, I have spoken with Master Hammerstone, and he was going to, after the meeting outside, he was going to head back to the forge and get things fired up for you. I told him to expect you
now.
Right about now. So
Wonderful.
So he will be expecting you.
Sounds great.
I know where we're going.
I was about to say, Killian's going to start to turn around and turn back and then be like, all right. Okay.
Really quickly, I have a few things for you. And he's going to pull out the tools that he pulled out from the village by Auger's Deep. And he's just going to put them on her desk. I've cleaned them up and polished them, but these are from outside Auger's Deep, from the village surrounding Auger's Deep. I thought they would do well as a reminder of our history here.
Well, thank you. I will make sure that these find a place of pride, place of honor here in the meeting hall.
Thank you, and we'll be off.
Good luck.
Thanks.
So you go down to
This way.
Go down to the smithy. It's a fairly, as most smithies are, it's a fairly wide open sort of work area. The forge in the middle you can see is at a pretty decent heat level. As you approach, there is a sort of a tough and grizzled and scarred dwarf there working the bellows, making sure that the fire is right where it needs to be. You see that he is working with great skill, and he has got it exactly where he wants it. It's only occasional puffs from the bellows to keep it just like right where he wants it. He does have a couple of irons in the fire. You get a sense that he's taking the opportunity. Yes, the fire is hot. Might as well get some work out of it while he's got it there.
As we walk in, because it's like, smells like home.
If we get a chance while we're here, you should show him your workshop. He would love it.
I'll be right with you. One moment. And he sort of secures all of the irons so that they're not going to go. You recognize it's the care of making sure that things are settled so that they don't go catching the place on fire. He secures the bellows, gives a few words to a couple of his apprentices to make sure that they're watching things and making sure that it's all well taken care of. And then he turns and sort of walks over to you guys. You know him as Alberic Hammerstone, the town's blacksmith. Mayor said you had a bit of a sticky problem you needed some help with.
Yeah, I got a troll in a bag.
Someone thought it would be a good idea to put a piece of a troll in his bag.
Well, for starters, what kind of a bag is it that can hold a troll?
As this is going to hold his bag, like, bag of holding? It's not like your vault of holding. Only I've got a troll in there, apparently.
Well, that's gonna be a first.
First for me, too. Yeah.
So, I take it you didn't put a whole troll in there.
No, it started as a very small piece of a dead troll.
Ah, and you did. I see. I
Nope.
see. I see. I
It's
see.
like,
Yes.
yeah, sure.
So, we need to make it permanently dead, is what you're saying.
I would like to get it permanently dead and out of my bag.
We would have thought it was originally. We used acid, but here we are.
That'll be a first for me.
There
But
can be miracles if you remind your DM.
Can be miracles.
Troll in your bag.
so, I'm guessing. He's just kind of peering at your bag. I'm guessing the whole bloody thing's not gonna come out in one go.
Well,
That's gonna be DM discretion, because you
Yeah.
can turn a bag of holding inside out, and everything just like appears and drops.
yeah.
But
That
then you have to
depends.
control.
I think maybe all at once. But then we have a whole troll to deal with. As it stands, what we generally have to deal with right now, and he's going to open the bag and reach down in and pull up the arm of the troll, is
Ooh.
this.
Oh.
But I'm a little worried if I just chop this off, the troll's going to grow a new arm and the arm's going to grow a new troll.
Well, and we can get rid of the arm. But
Right, so the question is, do we do it a bit at a time and just toss it in the forge? Like whack a piece off and toss it in the forge? Or do you want to deal with the whole thing and try and get it in the forge?
hey, little bee, we could do both. Because it's not gonna grow fast enough.
I mean,
especially if we cut off a piece, throw it on
It's
the
your
forge.
bag, it's your troll.
I suppose that does make it my troll.
Pretty gross.
We tried to reason with the troll.
Do not get... It has already crossed my mind that we could try training trolls. Yeah. Bad idea, though.
I don't know.
Armored trolls. Anyway.
They've got a cave troll.
He's gonna kind of look at Derek. I don't know. You have any idea how would you prefer to manage a troll? You think we can take it all at once?
I mean,
four of us?
Yes, but I think it would be easier if it didn't have arms.
I agree.
I mean, when we would kill it, it would wake up within seconds. So
Right, I'm saying like we pull it out, we chop
Chop
off an
off a
arm,
piece,
we
throw
close
it in the
we
forge.
throw it in the forge, we pull out another piece, we chop
it,
that off.
Throw it in the forge.
This is a really sick thing that we're gonna be doing, but I think it is important to do.
how much of a piece needs to survive in order to regenerate? I mean, the blood, can the
I
blood
have
regenerate?
no idea.
Look, all I care about is that we get it all out of my bag.
I'm just afraid that we're gonna chop it up, and there's gonna be a little piece, and we're gonna have, troll farm. And
So I suppose the other option here is we could try and take everything else but the troll out of the bag, fill the bag to the brim with hot coals, and then dump it all out.
Are you sure all your stuff is in there still?
Yes.
Unless he's eaten it.
So far, everything I've reached in to get has been there. And a troll.
Because I mean, don't they have like a max capacity, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah, that's how he realized.
Yeah, we realized this when we went to put something in, and it didn't go in.
Okay.
And then I was like, what the heck? And then a troll hand came out.
So we don't even know if there's like a whole troll in there. It could be like half a troll.
Well, it keeps grabbing my hand every time I reach it. So I'm gonna just assume
There's a whole
it's
troll.
at least a head, a torso, and an arm.
Got it.
Just let it out. Let's just destroy it. We're in a forge. Full
What
of
I was to
fire.
say, as you say that, he's gonna look at the forge master and be like, I'm assuming you'd rather I don't dump it out right here in your forge.
I would rather, if that's the course you're gonna take, I'd rather not do it inside. We'll take it outside. I'll grab a torch and we can set it on fire.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is if we want to be like absolutely sure that it happens within seconds, we can get help. I could ask for a couple of folks to come by with their gear, and we could just have chopping line. But
Keith, do I think that if we filled up the bag all the way with something that deals fire damage, would that kill it?
air, fire needs air.
Yeah, but we keep the bag open.
So, you know that when you go reaching in for something in the bag, you don't feel around and feel a whole lot of other stuff.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
You grab what you're
you need
looking
and pull
for
out,
and
yeah.
pulling it out. So, you would guess, extrapolating from that
It would not touch.
it wouldn't necessarily touch
Okay.
just from being in the bag.
No, I'm thinking we hold it over the fire, we pull its arm out, we chop off the arm, we see if we can get the other arm, chop it off, and then let it out.
Okay, let's do that then. This will be fun.
This is a not nice thing that we're
No,
doing.
This is terrible.
I mean, it's
I don't have a better idea.
also kind of a mercy though, because this troll is like half dead. It's only alive when the bag is open.
So Mal will summon his sword.
Yeah, Killian's just gonna he'll be like, all right, here.
Tommy.
You hold the bag, and he's gonna just start pulling the arm of the troll out all the way up to the shoulder.
All right. So roll an attack with advantage.
Hey, there's a bless out on the.
There is a bless on the table.
And an
An
open
advantage.
advantage as well.
I mean, he already rolled with advantage, right?
Wait. Why did we have him do the job?
No, this is fine. All right, tell him what you rolled, Steven.
I rolled 2 2s.
So with your bonus, that's a
-3?
10. Is a 10?
And we'll go ahead and add my bardic, and I'll add the
bless.
The
A
bless.
bless is a D4.
Oh, a D4.
Yeah.
I have D4s.
I was
What am I
about to
doing?
say, don't you touch my dice, Steven.
I don't know why I was
Make
looking.
sure
Okay,
that's another
18.
Make sure you don't miss.
18 is enough.
Okay.
So you're able to
That's not bad.
to make a slash, and the arm comes off.
In the fire.
In the fire, it sizzles. You smell the sort of like rotted, burning bacon smell.
Could you maybe add acid on top of that? Like, the sooner that smells gone, the better.
No.
Anyway, round 2, and he's gonna reach in for a troll arm again. Pull the other arm out to the shoulder.
Okay.
That's better. 21 to hit.
That'll be enough. You're able to take the arm off, toss it in the fire.
All right,
While the bag is open, another arm pokes out.
How many freaking trolls?
I'm gonna grab that one and yank it out to the shoulder, into the fire.
Did you want me to keep rolling for
Yep.
these?
Roll for it.
Technically, this is
What-
like
what-
endless firewood.
Question. What does
Something like
diameter
it.
mean?
The distance all the way across the circle.
Yeah.
Okay, so funny thing, I was just reading a bag of holding.
Oh no.
This troll is 4 feet tall. Because the dimension of the bag of holding's interior is roughly 2 feet in diameter and 4 feet deep. There's a 4 foot tall troll.
He made this bag. It's different.
It could be
Maybe I was just
scrunched up or.
Yeah, it could
You
go
know,
like that.
It's like a goldfish.
It's
you know, it only,
accordion.
it only
It's
grows
accordion.
It grows as big as
as big as the space allows.
so I just saw that and I was just like a 4 foot tall troll in this bag.
Okay, so you chop that one off.
16?
That chops it off.
So I'm gonna throw that one into the fire.
Another arm reaches out.
I think it's just healing.
It shouldn't be that fast,
You're gonna
though.
pull another one out.
23.
That's enough.
What? Can you try grabbing?
Into the fire. I'm on wait sec. Does another hand reach out?
No.
All right, hang on. And I'm gonna reach in looking for a leg.
You grab a leg.
Pull a troll leg out.
This is so bad.
20, higher.
That's
4.
enough.
In the forge. Looking for another leg.
There is another leg.
Oh,
25.
That's enough.
Forge. Another leg.
24.
It's not another leg.
Not
Oh,
another
no,
leg.
it was just a torso.
Let me just turn it to ash. This is morbid.
All right.
Yes.
Well, so at this point, and Killian's gonna be like, he's just gonna start reaching in for everything that is not the troll,
Make sure it doesn't bite you.
and start pulling things out.
You turn into a troll yourself.
Well, I'm in my armor still, so I'm fine. Anyway, so he'll start emptying out other stuff. So he's pulling
Okay.
out like bottles and glass jars of powders
I'm like,
and
ooh.
some like
That was
some like slag or some scrap metal.
Okay.
He's gonna pull out a bundle of metal and be like, "Put this somewhere safe. That's from the corpse collector."
I'm like,
And he'll just empty it out. There's like a pouch of food, and there's like a few things where he like pulls it out. He's like, "Is that it? Oh, it's a fishing pole. I forgot that's where that was." Set it to the
I
side.
forgot we got those just in case he needed to fish for food.
Pulls out like a whole box full of crossbow bolts. He's like, "Oh, been looking for that." Sets it to the side, and he just starts emptying stuff out. So there's 500. What is it? Square? No, it's not square feet. It's 500 pounds. Yeah. So whatever the troll, but there's 500 pounds of
is this outside?
minus the troll.
Or in the forge?
Oh, no, we're still in the forge. I'm just like we're
Just
setting it on
ask the guy
tables.
if you
We're
could
just
dump your crap on it.
nope, not yet. Anyway, I'm just setting stuff around. I'm like, oh, spare tools.
Aren't you giving it more room to grow?
Yep.
Probably, but it doesn't grow that fast.
Yeah, I mean, it's
think.
fast, but it's not that fast.
I mean, another arm hasn't grabbed me yet.
Yeah.
Have you
Just
tried?
as he says that.
Anyway, so he'll get all this stuff out, be like, all right, pretty sure. Pull it to the shoulder, into the fire.
This poor thing.
Well,
I mean,
it
it's
could be
probably.
Many
It also probably isn't that conscious if it's only just getting air and then dying and getting air.
Because every time you open the bag, air gets in, and that allows it to regenerate. But then once it uses up the air, it suffocates to death and is just dead until
Stop
there's
trying
air.
to justify this. This is awful.
It's awful.
This is
Terrible.
the most humane thing we can do.
Have you
Or you
thought
let
that
it
might
out
have
also
Also,
evolved
makes
being
it
the
past
most
fight
breathing?
it.
humane thing I've ever witnessed in a D&D game. I don't know how those two things exist at the same time.
Yeah, I think you should have just let it out. She could have just acided it.
It could have killed
All right.
people.
So you've got your bag empty of all the stuff
Yeah,
that
and so
you've put in.
Now we'll go around back wherever their big open area is for
Okay.
like stuff. Just be like, okay, so
Ready?
get ready.
Tommy, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here comes a troll.
Oh no, we're gonna kill it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he'll pull it inside out so that the troll
Okay.
drops.
So the creature that falls out is obviously a troll.
Fused with a badger.
But it's like it's only about 4 feet tall top to bottom, or would be 4 feet tall top to bottom. The legs have been cut off. There are 4 arm stumps, and 2 of them are growing back little tiny twigs of arms.
Deadpool.
It's got a head, that's kind of snarling and snapping at you, but it's obviously very stunted. But as you're watching it, you can see the whole thing starting to grow a little bit. But
And we're gonna try and kill that real fast.
Let's go.
Stab it, and get some hot irons and
Dels,
acid it.
Dels,
Acid it.
Dels, Dels.
I cast immolation.
Yes!
Yeah.
Did you ask consent first?
This thing is not consented
So
to
tell
anything.
me what that is. Tell me what that does.
It's concentration. Flames wreath. One creature you can see within range must make a dexterity saving throw. Takes 8d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. It also burns for the spell's duration.
Okay, so roll your damage. What is the spell save? Which stat am I rolling?
Dexterity.
Dex. Okay.
17.
Which if he
Without
had-
its legs.
Keith, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's a disadvantage
Yeah.
on dexterity saves.
Absolutely is.
Oh.
And
it on a hot
That
moon.
is
They're so bad.
D6. Wow.
and it is going to fail, so it will take full
I
damage.
should hope so.
It's kind of hard to dodge when you don't have legs or arms.
It's alright. This is a mercy.
Mercy, mercy.
5. Wow. 6.
It really makes you wonder what kind of ecosystem existed to make trolls like thrive.
Yeah. Well, and especially when you consider the ones with like multiple
Wow.
heads and.
That was the worst roll I've ever done.
Great.
That was only like 13 damage.
Oh gosh.
Um,
On
okay, so
86.
so
Yeah.
for this round, that is not enough to kill it. You guys are doing damage. Go ahead and just roll your damage. We're gonna read it as red that you guys are hitting this thing because it can't
Because it
dodge.
Can't defend itself.
It cannot defend itself. So we've got 13 over there.
24.
24, so 36.
32.
Okay.
That's going to be a 23 and 24.
Nice.
Good deal. That is enough to kill this thing.
I'm glad, because
Yeah, no, that's not.
you know I almost feel bad for this thing.
Oh no, I do feel bad. I think I've learned my lesson.
Have you, though?
Oh.
I feel
You're not there.
legitimately terrible. For
No
this
more
poor
living things
fictional
go in the
troll.
bag.
But
But it wasn't supposed to be
Technically,
alive.
alive. It's technically a zombie. You feel bad about a zombie?
Yes.
When I've cut off 4 of its arms and watched it lay there on
How's
the
our
ground
friend
on
Blacksmith?
fire, yeah.
5 arms.
He's just standing there watching. It's like, well done.
This place isn't right though.
No.
So
Oh.
Trolls are a pretty consistent problem here.
Well, time to go put everything back in the bag.
Here's your medal from the corpse
You
collector.
can leave that out, actually,
I'm-
for a moment.
So the blacksmith.
Just
He
like
he
a
goes
yard
over
sale.
and he sort of grabs one of the spindly little arms and starts dragging it. I'm gonna go put this in the forge.
Good idea.
good plan.
Thank you. Good to see you, sir.
So Killian's gonna pack away everything, except he's gonna leave out 3 like mason jars of a red powder and the scrap metal. He's gonna be like, all right, well, I think while I'm here, I'm gonna stay and do a little bit of work. I don't know if you guys want to stick around for that. I'm just gonna be forging.
No.
You were gonna be watching after the kid, right?
Yep.
I guess I should probably stay. Do you want to go with Tommy?
No.
Do you
Oh.
want to stay?
If we are worried about front runners, then it would be a good idea.
I think I
Because
can.
we don't know yet from him that you can't be scryed on.
Yeah, but I think I can probably handle myself. I was more worried about, the valuable little girl, not us as individuals. So, you're free to stay, but I'm just gonna be forging.
Does anybody want a drink?
I,
Who are you talking
Everybody in the forge.
So everyone in the fort, the 2 or 3 apprentices, Alberic himself will raise a hand. It's like, I seem to recall that you've got pretty good skills.
This has been aging since I left.
Ooh, yes, please.
Dels, I noticed you didn't want any.
Do you not want some?
No.
Okay. I mean, I have some newer stuff that won't be as harsh on your system.
Well, I was carrying one around, I think, right?
Yeah. I mean, if we want to tap that.
Well, I didn't drink any because we're gonna do this troll thing.
Yeah, but it's done now. So
Good
do you
call.
want some?
No, I don't know.
Okay. I only have 2 cups. Do you guys have
She's
any?
trustworthy.
all of them pull off their own
Always a
their own tankards that they have made themselves and set them up on the countertop.
It continues to feel more and more like home.
Yeah. You should. I think that you guys would get along great. He has this like mobile forge thing that is actually pretty cool. We'll probably have to bring it by. We didn't want to run it into town.
How'd you manage that?
So it's a wagon, but modified a
Oh.
lot.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna be there all night long.
Start
Keith,
pouring drinks.
so the buildings here are still made of wood and like that's not all stone stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Killian is gonna be like, thank you for your help and letting us use your forge, and he's gonna push him the 3 jars. That is a powder that you can coat anything with, and it will not burn. Let me show you, and he'll open one and
The hell's you say?
grab like a cloth and like, you know, rub it all in there and just toss it onto the edge of the forge, and it does not catch fire.
Does not mean it's not hot.
Yeah,
Just
it will
so
still
we're
get
clear.
hot, but if you coat your forge in it.
Oh.
So, thank you. I appreciate this. And that's why I wasn't too worried about using his forge.
Killian?
No, I'm about to do work. Important work. Do you mind if I borrow some of your forge?
Be my guest.
Alright, Keith, I'm gonna work on alloying and like forging down the metal from the corpse collector to give everybody weapons that can bypass magical resistance.
Okay. Get with me this week, and we will work out
Yep.
what all you put together.
The Bardic Inspiration is done now. It'll last 10 minutes. So.
Oh, there's so much stuff.
What was that?
What else? What else do we have outstanding that we need to deal with?
I got 2 more
Are
scries.
you gonna do your
and
other
then-
scries?
Yeah, I have 2 more scries if I
Okay.
had the nap. So
Yeah, you've had the nap, so
I guess see if I can scry on Mal.
okay. So Mal,
Has not activated his thing.
okay, you are in fact able to find Mal. You find him at at what appears to be a forge. You see Killian. You first of all, you see Mal drinking.
Yeah, well,
There are some other dwarves there. They have the look of probably blacksmiths or blacksmith apprentices, and they are also drinking with him out of a barrel that you kind of recognize from earlier. He had it
Mal
with him.
always has some of these with him.
Yeah, he always has some of these with him. And you do also, as you're sort of panning around the room, you do see Killian working at the forge.
Seems
That's
about right.
not good.
That's how it works.
Yep, but it's not good.
Okay, and then I'm gonna check
that
in on.
Dels is there as well.
Dels, what are you doing? You're not drinking.
Yeah, what are you
You're
doing?
not forging.
What are you doing, Dels?
I was gonna say I was gonna try to sneak out.
Nice.
Well, where are we gonna go? If that's what you want to do, where are you gonna go?
Where do you think?
In that
We were not doing
case, in that
Del's
case,
watch.
We can pause for a second.
Dels is not there.
Okay.
I'm
Tommy, what are you
invisible,
doing?
Oh my God.
You can drink with us.
I think I just figured I would know how to get back to the inn by myself. So,
Wandering around in
Okay.
the swamp now.
Make me a survival check.
Follow the gouts of flame.
Tommy, what are you doing? Are you still there with Killian and Mal? Are you drinking?
I
Are
don't
you
feel
not?
like drinking.
You're not. So you're not drinking, but are you still there? You watching what they're doing? Keeping an eye open for them.
I'm gonna try and avoid Dells.
Well, which is fine because as you're looking around,
It's gone.
Dels is not
She has
there.
escaped.
You have successfully avoided her.
You did real good.
Yeah, I'll hang out.
Okay.
Dels is free.
All right. So you see
Mhm.
the 3 guys, and Dels is gone.
Okay.
Okay. Where are you headed?
to the inn with a nat 20.
Hey.
You do find your way back to
you
the
don't
inn.
wander out into the swamp.
Good job.
I'm a little
We're
bit
playing
miffed
Gorgon.
that Killian didn't realize I was giving him the cold shoulder.
of all of the people that might realize something like that, Killian is absolutely
absolutely the wrong person for that. So there are 4 rooms. How did they get divided up?
So I'm assuming that me and Tommy have one.
Okay.
Cabbage and Simi and Bit have one.
Okay.
And we gave those 2 their own.
All right.
Because they seem the easiest to deal with.
All right.
Having their own.
So you wound up in your own. So you get back to the inn, and you go to your room, and you've got the room to yourself.
Okay. But it's mostly all dwarves here.
Yeah, it's mostly all dwarves. The beds are a little on the short side, but they're still longer than what a dwarf would need. They're just a little short for tall people.
Okay. Is there still people like frequenting the?
I mean, there's still a few like late hangers on in the bar, but
Any, like,
it has definitely quieted down from what it was.
Any taller people?
Drinking at home.
No taller people.
You have to
No
settle for a
elder
dwarf.
No. Dwarves aren't from Elwick, so
There are dwarves in Elwick?
No. I don't feel like.
Is Elwick racist?
Yep.
If you were a dwarf, would you want to go to Elwick?
I don't.
River.
I don't want to go to Elwick, and I'm not a dwarf.
Well, okay, she'll be like, "Who here's from Elwick?" She just yells out.
The bar turns
Crickets.
Yeah.
Just silence.
All right. Well, I was gonna give them free drinks, but sure. And then I start back
Oh,
up.
every hand goes
from
up.
Elwick.
Every hand goes up.
Everyone's from Elwick tonight.
Too late. Too late.
St. Patrick's Day, right? Everybody's Irish tonight.
I'm gonna just go head off to my room to
Okay.
draw and write my.
You have the room to yourself for the evening, so
What a lost opportunity.
you draw many dwarven porn pictures.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a dwarf at the forge.
Dwarven porn.
There's a whole bunch of.
Okay. So you have another
I do have
scribe.
another one, and I think
I like
we're
this
gonna
one's
try and see where
Oh,
Davin is.
Okay.
Right behind you.
You just see
The
yourself.
phone
We are
coming
going to
from
come
in the
back
room.
to that. We're gonna
You
come
just see
back
yourself
to
with a
that.
shadow behind you.
All right, so
Just don't
Simi
wake
and
up my
Cabbage
kids.
and Bit are having their conversation. Dels is in her room drawing dwarf porn.
Yep.
Killian is forging things out at the
I'm
forge,
just watching like
and
a creeper.
you're just watching, and Mal
Do you
is
join in our
drinking
game?
with the
I'm not.
dwarfs.
We're gonna play Gorgon.
No.
Okay.
I was just
Okay. Just so I have in my brain where, I know most everyone else is going to wind up back at the inn. You talked about going and staying at home. Are you still planning to do that, or after what you said to Killian, are you going to be at the inn instead?
So what I'm gonna do is actually he's gonna go knock on Dell's door, but he is gonna plan on staying at home. He is going to be asking for help writing out some stuff because he doesn't trust his own handwriting.
Okay.
Disappointment.
And then he's gonna sneak back in through his window like he did when he was a
Oh
teenager.
my gosh.
Oh, there's Steven showing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have never done that
What-
since we moved home.
What is?
You've also never been
I
a
believe
teenager
it's
since you
question.
moved home.
Good thing too.
What is your passive perception?
8.
Okay.
Not enough.
All right. So at the end of the night, after you've had Dells write out whatever it is you're gonna have her write.
We can do it.
Yeah, we can do that later. You sneak back in through the window in your house to your bedroom, and stay the night. Davram.
Yep.
Right outside your window.
He does get to make a save.
He does get to make a
Okay, she's staring
He
at
will
your
be
door.
making his save with a -9, as I have the letter And I have a connection as he is my half brother. So
And
you
you
know
know
him.
What
Yeah.
is the stat?
18? Oh,
No, no.
it is a
Wisdom, I think.
Wisdom save?
It's either wisdom or charisma.
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. Okay.
So
And a -9
with an 18
to beat an 18. I don't think he can. I don't think he can beat it. I mean, with a natural 20, maybe. And that is not a natural 20. So, the sensor comes into focus. And you see Davram is sitting astride his horse.
Okay.
You see around him faces you recognize as his cohort, his gang of ruffians. The men and women that he has gathered around him to cause as much mayhem and trouble as he possibly can. And behind them, you see the army.
Okay,
And behind the army, you see
More army.
the silhouette of Costas.
Good.
Got plenty of time.
Davram and his cohort peel off to the side as the army continues to march by.
This is really teleport to the room we're in.
One of them begins casting Magic Circle.
Oh. So.
And the runes begin to glow. The circle does its thing, and one by one they step into it and disappear. And Davram is the last. And right before he crosses the threshold, he turns and stares right at your sensor. I'm coming for you.
Oh.
And he steps into it and disappears, and your sensor loses its connection with him. And that's where we're going to leave it for the night. Hope you guys had fun. We will be back hopefully next week. Do keep tabs on our Discord server. If our schedule changes for any reason, we will post it there. We will let you guys know. We are aiming to be back next Tuesday night, 6:30 Mountain Time. I leave that up to you to do all of the math and figure out when it is in your own time zone. But we will be here to play D&D and have fun and have you guys along with us. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you liked that episode, you can always go and find more episodes on our YouTube channel. Just go out to YouTube, search for Casual Cactus. That's casual with a C, cactus with a K, all smushed together as one word, and you can find everything that we've done video-wise. You'll find old episodes from this campaign. You'll find our previous campaign, which was a run through the Tomb of Annihilation. You will also find one-shots. You'll find us talking about D&D and designing things for D&D. You'll find us playing things that are not D&D. Anything we do video winds up on that YouTube channel. If you haven't already, when you get over there, do hit like and subscribe. Make sure you toggle the notifications on so that you will always know when we put new content up. And that way you can keep tabs on us and keep tabs on how we play this fun game. Hope you guys had a good time. I had a blast. I think the guys did here too. Remember,
Grab your bats and grab your balls!
and if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.
Bye.